Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome into round number 8 of the ACC ACC Drive Endurance Series. My name is John Wright, aka Double O Raven. I'll be taking you through all of the action from one of the greatest racetracks known to man. It is indeed Kyalami in South Africa. This promises to be an absolute corker. It is an endurance race with GT3s and GT4s for 3 hours. Can confirm we have 43 teams in the race this evening across the 2 splits. 30 will be solo drivers. We've got 13 teams with more than one driver. 10 of them have 2 drivers. Only 3 teams entering today using 3 drivers. It will still be, of course, the 48-minute stint timer that we've seen so far at Watkins Glen, Barcelona, Imola, Silverstone, Donington Park, Spa, Monza, and now Kyalami. We've still got the Red Bull Ring, Paul Ricard, Bathurst, and the Nürburgring. That's a season finale waiting to happen. It's still ahead of us. Of course, last time out it was Monza. Sorry, results just sticking on my end. Bear with me one moment. In the GT4s, it was Dynamic MS Youngsters, and we'll see just what that's done for their championship charge. Impressive stuff. Taking the Winslunski Chakere taking second, and Solo Bolo rounding out the podium. The Apex Predators making their way home in 4th ahead of RM Course. Desmo Racing and Akibua finishing 6th and 7th, with the car Trip finishing in 8th. Diaz Team and Team Tortoise rounding out the 10 in the GT4s. And in the GT3s, the all-conquering West Competition Racing, another race win for them. Zetsu finishing in 2nd, with MR Reparto Coaching in Aston Martin finishing in 3rd. Team 32 finished ahead of a fellow McLaren driving Ragioli Esports. New engine, strong in the championship last season and this season, finishing in 6th ahead of Sim RC Pro-Am team by Barmenia. GC Racing finished in 8th and 9th place in a Lexus and a Lamborghini. And HSR Motorsport rounded out the top 10. And in the standings, we can see it is West Competition Racing with a clear gap back to the rest of the field. The field being led by New Engine and Fisher Racing. Only 400 points separate those two teams. They've got a 900 point gap back to Sim RC. MR Reparto Coaching doing their challenge. Their championship challenge, the world of good with that finish last week. They've been propelled up to 5th ahead of 255 competition. LFM are in 7th with close quarter in 8th. Alpha have got 9th place, and Best Friends Esports have got 10th place at the moment, of course. And in the GT4s, the Dynamic MS Youngsters, as I say, in a almost similar position to West Competition in the GT3s, a handsome 800 point lead they have over Fort Club Firefly in 3rd, with Akibua in 4th place. Apex Predators in 5th, with Zakatrip in 6th. Khaled Racing, not featuring in the top 10 last week, are 7th in the standings. Ahead still of Fisher Racing Academy. Diasa Team making an appearance in the top 10. And QRT, again, another team not making it into the top 10 last week, but still holding a top 10 slot in the overall standings. The drivers, there we go, will be out in qualifying any moment. I did see a few follows in the chat. Good evening. Thank you, Villa Dude. And Medium Potato. Medium Potato has got to be a crispy skin though. Beans, coleslaw. You're welcome. Chris, so yeah, join chat as well. So we've got the German channel in also. But welcome in to everyone, and of course on YouTube as well, I believe. Drivers just pulling in, a few of them sharing pit boxes as well, which always does look quite good. Does sound good from the pit lane as well. Yeah, and as I was mentioning, yeah, 44 teams, and 30 of them are solo drivers. And away we go. Yeah, let's just look at the madness as everyone instantly pulls out with the pit box. It starts right now. There is qualifying madness underway. Spoiler alert, Sasha Wassner was quickest in the 10-minute practice session in the Mustang. So we'll see how that holds up around the Kyalami. Certainly in the traffic, as you can see, it is busy, busy, busy. And hopefully, oh no, wow. Apologies, games sound very loud. Hopefully that's a bit better. Apologies, microphone does seem slightly quiet, just checking some things in the background. If it is inaudible, do let me know. Now, where were we? We were on board with quick look at Sasha Wassner. Of course, we've got the GT4s in as well. There is George Boothby, one of many drivers doing this one solo. And here they are all queuing up at the last corner. You would hate to be one of the track stewards here waving those yellow flags. That's all I'm saying. That's got to be an absolute workout. As you can see, the cars still queuing up. Still queuing up all the way around the course. More cars coming to join the queue. Yeah, it does kind of make it... Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, you know, I'm not waiting. Yeah, what's the point? It's just a queue. It's fine. They're all being very British. Oh, sorry. Okay, so yeah, that's a GT3 getting ahead of the GT4s. Throwing them firmly under the bus there. Still queuing up. And Norberg, where is he? Through turn 8, so yeah, he could be... no, I'm not sure he is actually. Is he on a lap? He could well be. Oh no, he's got a GT4 ahead of him. There's Carlet Racing's GT4. I wonder, they must just be out of the pits. Right, 404, I think. Yeah, so there we go. Lead GT4 at the minute. Richard Batts back for Carlet Racing. That does look good. That's Samir Foch, I believe, ahead of him. Fairly distinctive livery. And there we go. We do have some times coming in, and it was Norberg who was the first to set one. He's quickly been overtaken. Matteo Naldi and Zahentner all staking a claim for provisional pole. 139.8. Already, yeah, it is a 24-degree track temperature actually, so the tyres will be in a very good place for these laps. Sasha Wassner, as I mentioned, quickest in quali, does a near identical time to Zahentner, but they're both overtaken by Nürnberger. And is it going to be Maserati power again? Petzl looking quick, but so too is Denisenko. There's Samir Foch crossed the line. He's gone 13th with a 48.5. Right, not a representative time there. A few more times coming in. But there is Ben Zeitz. We have a GT4 time. It's a Gianetta. It is Cryonics Racing. Lovely livery. Yeah, so the little Janetta could, but not for long. Petzold in the Maserati, there we go. We're answering that question very quickly indeed. Petzold with a near identical time, 0.08 of a second separating Petzold from two Janettas, in fact, because Matthew Hughes for the Apex Predators goes sideways into sunset. That's how you warm the tyres. Woo! And right on the curbs as well. Tony Hawk would be proud. With the Apex Predators currently sitting in third. That looked like George Boothby crossing the line. It was. He's gone 13th in the Mustang. And Manzenko in the Honda. Well, that actually works now. Wow. Well, there we go. Jade Hutchison takes a provisional pole. Still got 14 minutes to go, so a long way to go. These times are very, very, very quick already, though. As Wassner, 39.6. Goodness me. Martins has done a 1 minute 40.0 and finds himself in 7th place. Absolutely savage times coming in. Still Petzold, Zeitz and Hughes leading the way in the GT4s. Tannis, I've got Ben Rise behind the wheel of their Aston Martin. They're currently in 4th, just coming in the last corner. In fact, let's see. Wow, the Aston right on the edge there. Will this be a valid lap? If it is, it's going to be slightly slower, so no improvement there. The Apex Predators. Oh, and that's wide, and he's invalidated that one right out the last corner. Oh, a couple of changes there. Reigns for the Apex Predator, and Al Ramadan. Oh, he's gone into the wall. That's not going well for him. We've still got a couple of GT3s actually that haven't set times. One of them being Fisher Racing, as we see a GT4 just getting himself onto the gravel to get out of the way. Keeping it a bit clean there through Cheetah. The car ahead of him having a good old time with the track limits. Oh, double tap of the brakes there, the GT4 McLaren ahead. He pulls over. Goes up to 4th place. Another driver into the 39s. Wow, look at that. Sasha Waster 39.6, Reinders 39.6, and Nürnberger 39.6. 6.5, 6.7, 6.9. Ah, yes. We do love it when they're on a track that they know this well. Oh, Zeitz has gone quicker by 7 thousandths. 1 minute 49.090 for Cryonics. 1 minute 49.097 for Petzold. And Zeitz has just crossed the line, and I think he's gone quicker. He has. He's found almost half a tenth. So puts half a tenth between himself and Petzold. Silva's just got himself a yellow flag for slow motion. He's back in the pits, and Apex Predators find themselves off in the grass. Samir Fosh down in his time, so too is Boothby. Break Bunny in the Mustang. Some good time they've got at the minute. Ooh. A little bit of a connection glitch there, but we are back up and running. Into sunset, absolutely solid amount of traffic on the track, as you would expect around here. The GT3s making their way through very nicely though. Ooh, a couple of yellow flags. We've reached the halfway mark of qualifying. The track temperature actually dipping slightly, down to 23. So when I say dipping slightly, I mean down a degree. We'll see if it drops any more. 19 degree air temperature as well. The race will take place at 5 PM local time, so it'll be after the warm midday sun. A lot of elevation change here as well, of course, so far above sea level naturally, and then the 300 metre climb all the way up to Barbecue and Sunset. Such a good fun track to drive. Goes up to 13th place, big jump in position there, pulls it into the pits. Michael Burke just exiting. It is still Sasha Wasner leading the way with a 1 minute 39.655. Reinders with a 6.75, Nürnberger with a 6.97. Jade Hutchison and Mathis Koch have done exactly the same time. And a 1 minute 39.762. Hutchinson set it first for Visceral in the Nissan, so he is given 4th at the minute. If you can find the 1000th, that will confirm that. If Klotz can find the 1000th, he will go up to 4th place. And here we go, the Dive Bomb squad. They had provisional pole early in the session, and they are going to take a big step towards pole at the halfway mark. The Honda firing on every one of those cylinders with a 1 minute 39.485. Sorry, it's very unprofessional of you to keep laughing, but it is, yeah, it's ridiculously quick. Especially when I think back to the times that I used to set around here. Manzenko for the Dive Bomb squad. They've given themselves a solid run at a very high starting position. 39.4, so 3 drivers on 39.6, 3 on 39.7, 1 on 39.8, and then we've got 4 on 1 minute 40.0. Which is, yeah, quite frankly ridiculous. Dufresne leading that charge there, 40.002, 0.50 for Meeks, Lettinen with a 0.55, and Martins with a 0.75. So all very close there. Zeitz has gone quicker again. Zeitz for Cryonics, absolutely in the groove, 1 minute 48.832. That is a statement lap to be making at this stage. Petzold then with it all to do to catch up there. Naldi is not the driver I was looking at there, sorry, it was Matthew Hughes. Still in 3rd place, the Ginetta, just pulling over. Yeah, he's got 49.3 under his belt. He's got Callet behind him on 49.5. Townless have got 49.9 along with Tartaglia for BS Corsa. The snakeskin Mercedes. Even in the GT4, I know we shouldn't use chase cam, but it sounds very good. It sounds very good. Throwing it down into the crocodiles, yeah. You love to see the commitment. Let's see what's happening up at the top. Wasner's in the pits, Manzenko threatening to go quicker again. So yeah, he's going very quick in fact. Bear with me a moment. Oh no, he's lost a bit of time there. I was too busy looking at the other screen. We'll see what he does out of that corner. What have we got? We've got 5 minutes left. Oh, he has gone quicker. 39.3. Naldi as well, actually. That was why Naldi popped up. Naldi popped up as well, so the track is getting quicker. It's a lot of, I suppose there's a lot of rubber being laid down at the minute. But yeah, Naldi with a 640, Wassner 655 still for LFM. Then it is LFM in 4th place still. Dynamic Motorsports by Kalinic find themselves in 5th. Visceral now down in 6th place with Fisher Racing still on exactly the same time as them. Zahenter for Sim RC are currently in 8th, Reptile currently in 9th, and La Vega Missile rounding out the top 10 in the GT3s. Is that Florente, Live for Race and the Ferrari have just crossed the line and put themselves in 11th ahead of Alpha Racing Team, who are ahead of Wild Things Racing. Oh, nice. Oh, superb. Big fan of the Wild Things. We've got 14th place currently Live for Race. They've just been bumped down. Break Bunny running very well, now down in 15th place, so they've lost a couple of spots. La Vega Missile. They've got another car, the Porsche, in 16th. ACC Acute Racing, I've got 17th. Boydson, I've got 18th at the minute. West Competition down in 19th place in the BMW. Shepherd, I've got 20th with Sim RC in 21st. George Boothby is in 22nd position at the minute with Samir Foch rounding out the GT3 grid with 4 minutes to go. Anyone in this chat, also in Boothby's chat or Samir's chat, can we confirm these are deliberately slow times so they can start from the back of the grid, or is that... Oh, and the GT4 leader into the wall with 3 minutes to go. Pessold has closed the gap as well for Dynamic MS Youngsters with a 48.9. So they're still ahead of Apex in 3rd. Carlett are currently 4th with Apex in 5th. Taunus have got 6th. 7th is BS Corsa. 8th GNG Racing. Orcapos Racing have got 9th. With BS Corsa rounding out the top 10 for the GT4s. Buckholt's just outside the top 10. La Vega Missile. Got quite a few cars on. I'd love to see it. Slow Motion Racing in the pit. So too are Desmo, Apex Predators. Yeet Esports ahead of Dwan Petzold for Magenta Motorsport. I wonder if they're any of relation. Jacques Trip, who are doing well in the standings. The Aston not doing well here at Kyalami. GG Racing are ahead of Carlett at the minute, and Akabu again doing well in the standings, but well down in qualifying this week. The bottom 1%ers are in the Alpine, and they are pretty much living up to their name. Lynx Racing Spain team are behind them though, so I think that puts them in the bottom 2%ers. Close, it's close. Manzenko is threatening to go quicker again. He's got a GT4 just taking the exit road. Reigns Lettinen is up on his time with 1:38 to go, which is almost quick enough to get a lap in for some of these drivers. 39.3 for Manzenko. That Honda is absolutely flying. 3 Mustangs, then a McLaren, then a Nissan, then another 2 Mustangs. So yeah, safe to say why, easy to see why they have been popular choices. Thank you for the follows. This guy Clay. Do feel free to throw a correct pronunciation in the chat, and also Can Fame. Thank you both for the follow here at LFM. It is the ACC Drive Endurance Championship. It's round number 8. It is the wonder from South Africa. It is Kyalami. And it is another Honda crossing the line. 14th place then for Leitinen. is still up on his time. No big improvers in the top 10. In fact, Hutchinson has come into the pits. Can Koch separate himself? The Fisher Racing Mustang and the Visceral Esports Nissan setting identical times over the 2.85 mile track, which is not bad. The track has come down again. Track temp has come down another degree. That is interesting for the race because it's going to be very similar conditions in the race. Yeah, with the race starting at 5 o'clock, same weather variability, so yeah, is that a little marker for the teams there? Because 2 degrees lost in 20 minutes, that's a fairly rapid descent in temp. Especially with no cloud cover as well, actually. All the thought processes. We've got BS Corsa in the GT4s. Ooh, and that's a big impact with the wall. Duan Petzl then trying to navigate his way through Cheetah and Ingwe. Out with the last corner. How is he going to look on the curbs? Nice and safe. 2 wheels on the drains. Crosses the line. Is he going to improve? He does indeed. Big jump up the field. 10 places there for Petzold. So good little jump up the field. We've got Boothby and Foster both in the pits. Hentner came flying across the line. He's going to finish in 10th. Here comes La Vega Missile. Manzenko's gone quicker again. Manzenko's gone quicker again with a 1 minute 39.222. That is quite the time to be setting. So yeah, it's the Honda. Oh, we've got a couple of cars. Oh, Hutchinson is in the pits. Yeah, let's jump over here. Okay, tell you what, yeah, let's just we'll give the grid a moment to load, and then we'll jump straight to that, and that'll give us the quality result. Actually, we're up to 45 cars. And it is another couple of solo drivers that have joined. They're absolutely mad for it. Right, let's see. There we go, Madzenko, 1 minute 39.222 leading us off in the Honda. He'll be followed by Oplight Esports starting in 2nd place. It's going to be LFM taking up row number 2. Sasha Wassner starting just ahead of Jans Reinders. He is driving for LFM, of course. They'll be ahead of Lucas Busick driving for Dynamic Motorsports, the first two-driver team in the race. Next up it is Wild Things Racing starting in 6th position. Then in 7th place it is going to be La Vega Missile, just ahead of Hutchinson driving for Visceral, of course setting exactly the same time. as Fisher Racing starting in 9th place. They've got 3 drivers at their disposal for the 48-minute stint races today. Sim RC in Aston starting in 10th place. They're ahead of another Honda. It's Reptile Racing starting in 11th. Starting in 12th place, row number 6 with them is Brake Bunny. Let's hope they're quick on the brakes on the way into turn number 1. The Ferrari is making an appearance. Live for Race starting in 13th place. Then it's Matija Meeks behind the wheel of Alpha Racing Team's Honda in 14th position. Alex Martins starting in 15th for Live for Race. And it is Jeffrey Maluti in the push for La Vega Missile. 17th place is Bautzen VDS by Undercut Racing Team. They are on row number 9 with the ACC Acute Racing, another 2-driver team making an appearance in the grid. Lasse Norberg for West Competition, championship leaders in 19th place today. And another Ferrari Shepherd Endurance team, they've got 20th place. Alexander Dubs starting 21st for Sim RC Pro-Am by Barmenia. And then it is George Boothby, 255 competition, starting in 22nd place, ahead of Samir Foch, the LFM content creator. Absolutely love that livery. Leading the way in the GT4s is Cryonics. The gap narrowed hugely though at the end. It's going to be a fascinating race between these two with the Maserati of Dynamic. Oh, apologies, bit of a tickle in the throat there. Who are we with now? We're with Lucas Team, Magenta Motorsports, sorry. Then it is Taunus Racing. Just outside the top 10. Yeet Esports. Start on overall row number 17 with GNG Racing. 12th place is going to be Buckholtz Racing. We've definitely seen them start higher than that, so we'll see where they get on in the race. 13th place, La Vega Missile, another one of their cars. They're going to start just ahead of the McLaren of Slow Motion Racing in 16th place for the GT4s. Then it is Christian Marquez for Desmo Racing in 17th. Tom Winch behind the wheel of another one of the Apex Predators Racing Team cars. His Ginetta in 18th place. Denisenko starting in 19th position for Zaka Trip. The Carlton Racing, sorry, they're in 19th place, my apologies. And in fact, we're getting right into the final sector. A lot of cars. Carlton Racing, is that? Nope, sorry, that's the Carlton Racing car. There's Traber for Akibua Racing. The bottom 1% starting in 43rd, so 2 cars behind them, so a good lap time at the end there. Oh, they've got 2 cars, sorry, Lynx Motorsport. And bringing up the rear of the field, Lynx Motorsports. So let's get back to the race start and see how we all got on. No one starting from the pits this week. We've seen that a couple of times. A couple of cars not quite making the start line. Everyone up and running. We're going to see some seriously fast laps coming in as well, so we'll leave that alone. Yeah, but here we go then. round number 8. It's foot down, it's flat out, and it is flying into turn number 1. Row number 2 absolutely alive with action as Rangers goes past Wasner before they get to turn number 1 into the heavy braking zone. The Honda with a clear line, but it's going to be round the outside. Wasner looking to make it 2 positions out of the gates. Is he going to get it up the hill? They're absolutely side by side, the 3 Mustangs. Ooh, almost a bit of contact between 2nd and 3rd places. Wasner holding on to the outside line with an absolute ironclad grip at the minute. Is he going to get it done on the way into the sunset? He does look to have his nose in front. Oh no, sorry, it's Rangers, my apologies. It's Rangers for LFM. I've got my liveries mixed up. It is Rangers that's got his way up into 2nd place. He's on an absolute flyer of a start then. He's left Naldi and Watsner in his wake. What a move. All the way around the outside to make that one stick. And I tell you, Petzold has got a start of dreams. Zeitz is down 2 positions. Zeitz has lost 2 off the start. So in the GT4s, oh, there's a lot of action going on there. That looked like Samir Foss's livery. It is indeed. George Boosby already up 4 positions and looking to make it more down the mineshaft as the cars ahead are already inviting him into side-by-side opportunities. But it is Louis Petzold taking the lead in the GT4. Zeitz for Cryonics, as I say, now down into 3rd place. Has been overtaken by Khaled Racing. Some dust kicking up there at the end of the first lap. Manzenko with a comfortable-ish lead, you would say, and it's not so comfortable here for 2nd and 3rd as Wasner looking to get a move on Naldi. Naldi looking to fight, stay back. These two have already lost positions in the opening exchanges, and Wasner making a look at 2 for Naldi. He's not quite close enough, or is he going to go for a move into turn number 1? It would be a late one if he did, and he's not quite close enough. That's brought the McLaren of Nürnberger right into the party then. Lehtinen and Hutchison. Hutchinson up a position. Neuger for La Vega Missile getting jumped at the start, although he's just jumped his way back up the inside again. Oh, and a big bit of contact there, and the Aston Martin absolutely bouncing off the wall. Fisher Esports Mathis Cross almost coming a cropper before sunset there. Does survive. Reptile Racing benefit from that little situation as they come sailing through in the Honda at exactly the right time. Very, very close, just outside this podium battle in the... so from 4th down, so just outside the podium. There you can see how close that battle is. That's in the GT3s, and in the GT4s he is getting close as we're getting a bit of a breather for Petzold, all things considered. Pretty sure if you'd offered them this start at the before the race, just before the race and after qualifying, he would have taken your hand off for it. Not only takes the lead, but the car that beat him in qualifying now finds himself down in 3rd place. He is absolutely pestering the living daylights out of that Khaled Racing McLaren, but nothing doing as yet. The Khaled car getting clever with the racing line. We need to check and see what's going on with this group up at the front. It's still Dive Bomb Squad leading the way. LFM up into 2nd place after an incredible opening couple of corners from Rangers. Oplight find themselves now down into 3rd with LFM down into 4th place. Nürnberger and Lehtinen for Dynamic and Wild Things holding their starting position, where Hutchinson for Visceral got himself a good solid overtake on La Vega My Missile in the opening. Oh no, let's go back up there. Oh no, we've got a car that's just jumped back to the pits. So yeah, Silva's not in the lead of the race. Not everyone hasn't just lost the position, so let's crack on. It's funny when it does that. Oh, down the hill, that's Hutchison. That looks... Ooh, now that was right on the edge. See, has he lost any traction there? Definitely don't want to be throwing away this gift, and I tell you, they do look a bit close now actually. Let's see, Shepard, it is Zeitz that I was looking for. Where has he gone? There he is. So let's see how he's getting on in his Ginetta. Oh, and the Khaled car almost gifting him the position straight back there. A tumultuous opening couple of laps for both the cars. Oh, and actually, The track temperature is already low. Oh, so it looked like the race actually started. My apologies, I thought the race started at 5 PM local time. It looks like it started pretty much as soon as the qualifying session ended. So yeah, the track temp definitely on the decline. So yeah, but they've only got to be out for 48 minutes. Ooh, more side-by-side action here. Naldi's taking an early opening, an early fastest lap with a 48.185. Sasha Wassner still looking to take a position or two. Boothby has had a rocket of a start. He's up 7. Samir Foch, who started at the back of the GT3 grid with him, he is now ahead of Alexander Dubs. The Aston Martin that bounced off the wall. The SimRC Pro-Am team. Oh, is he on the exit Sunset? Foch going for the move on Norbert. Makes it stick on the exit. Yes, he does, cameraman. Yes, he does. Gets himself ahead of the BMW. Sebastian Zahentner has had a huge fall from grace. Let's see if we can see. Oh, of course. So yeah, yellow flag and an accident. If we go to helicam, you can see, yeah, come Mustang up the inside, just slight touch there, unsettled by the curbs, inadvertently touched by Fisher Racing, who were just wrong place, wrong time. As far as that incident was concerned, certainly. Oh, 40.160 for Manzenko. As Reinders is a 40.155. It's still showing as Nürnberger on my screen as purple, but we'll crack on with the data that we're seeing. Oh yeah, because he's just on a 40.050. Spoiler alert. So the Ferrari, the McLaren, sorry, tucked in there. Oh, someone else is jumping to the pits. Wassner. Yeah, it's still in 4th, hasn't been able to make that overtake stick. We've got some battles going on just outside the top 14, where George Boothby is carving his way through the field. He's taken another 2 positions since we last saw him. We should maybe just jump on board there for a couple of laps. Because he's not far off the fastest lap of the race either. Yeah, I do like listening to the gear. You'll notice the downshifts. It's really important how you downshift in a race car with respect to your braking distance. Oh, that's a good line there. The Porsche running very, very, very wide through the penultimate corner section. Both of them missed that sausage gap. We will see deaths there, unfortunately. This is the way. Yeah, this is Kyalami, and that's what you will get over 3 hours of racing. And it's a good exit by both of them. The Porsche, obviously, very good through the corners, but the Mustang will come into its own in a straight line. And you think Boothby is going to have enough slipstream to get this one done? Yes, indeed. The Porsche not putting up too much of a fight. And that is another one done for Boothby. Where do we think he's going to finish? I mean, top 5, I don't think, especially considering the way they're battling at the minute. They're still absolutely nose to tail. Manzenko still leading the way for Dive Bomb Squad, actually, to be fair. They've got a 1.2 second gap over LFM. No such gap for Team LFM that you can see. Reinders, it's almost like he's leading the pack of reindeers there. Naldi and Wassner, and yeah, we'll come up with some kind of little silver back in the pits. Christmas Carol for that one, I'm sure. But yeah, they are all still very close. Nürnberger still tucked in there. Hutchinson as well, since getting that overtake done. They are breaking away nicely. Now Gernick 2 seconds down, and Crotch not even Crouch not keeping pace either. Florenti for live for race, now being hunted by Boothby. It doesn't look like it's going to be. It doesn't look like it's going to be a long hunt either, my lord. Goodness me. So yeah, I'd imagine the 255 team be very happy with that start. So too, Dynamic MS. It's been a phenomenal start for them. I've not checked in on them in a couple of minutes, but they still do have this buffer behind them. There we go there. On the back of the McLaren, we do still see that Ginetta badge and that beautiful tartan Liberator plaid, I believe it's called. Because that is exactly what the Dynamic MS youngsters needed. To be fair, they've got the jump. Not only did they get the jump, but so too did Carl Racing, and that put pole sitters down in to third place. So it's now all for Cryonics to do, trying everything they can at every corner. Very, very, very good rotation on that car. Flashed these lights there, feels like he was maybe had the door shut on him a bit. I think, was he close enough? He certainly threw it at the apex. The door was half left open maybe. Going for it again, getting so much closer to those apexes, but the McLaren still holding the position. Different lines for the two completely different cars. Oh, Boothby's just set the fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 39.9. Second driver. Oh no, sorry, everyone's doing a 39.9. It's just flashed through. I was looking at the wrong screen. Thank you very much for the follow, Snipix33. Welcome in. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on, of course, where you are. It is, yeah, slightly tea time here where I am. Oh, and that is a very, I mean, that Ginetta has got these corners absolutely nailed. The McLaren just taking slightly different lines, but managing to keep the position as he goes right round the outside of the coupe. Surely not, nope. No way he was getting that rotated then. Zeit's trying absolutely everything he can. Dove cars like the Ginetta and the Bentley, and of course, so the passenger seat is on the correct side of the car. It's not often you see that, unfortunately. It can get slightly confusing. Very tentative round there for both of them, of course. That is one of the most savage killer cars in the tyre motorsport industry. Let's see what we've got overall. Actually, we're now just over 15 minutes in. GNG Racing have dropped a hatful of positions. They're now down 42nd place overall. And Apex Predators as well. Their Ginetta, one of their Ginettas, now finds itself down in 36th place. So 11th. So they are currently in 11th place in the GT4 class. Matthew Hughes as well for the another one of the Apex Predator cars, another Ginetta, not having a good start, has dropped positions. You can see entrenched in a battle, and in fact going to try and go round the outside on the way to Clubhouse Bend. Or no, is that opening up for the cutback? And I tell you what, the Mercedes ahead. Tartaglia for BS Corse has taken 2 spots since the race started. A bit of moving and shaking there. Zeitz is still there. Yeah, getting the occasional ghost update on the timing tower. So it does seem like everyone's suddenly lost a position or two. Never fear, give it a couple of seconds and it should reset itself. There is the live timing tower link as well. For all you data fiends out there, enjoy. Oh, force right round the outside there. And that is ahead there. Oh, that's 414 facing the wrong way. That's one of the GT4 cars. Denisenko with a big spin there. No doubt that's sausage curb. Yellow flag was a bit of a while ago, in fact. Whoa, so yeah, GT3s absolutely every place. Concertina into one another. Oh, yep. Oh, and that's the battle, of course, for the podium up at the top end of the GT3 grid. So let us quickly go and check and see. He says quickly, scrolls up furiously. Wassner 4th, Hutchinson has snuck himself up a couple of spots. Nürnberger down at the 6th, Letton in 7th. Neuger 8th, Cross back where he started. Boothby has taken another position, he's up 11 now. Yeah, but Jade Hutchinson is up 3 spots. We've got cars coming in to the pits. So Alplight still in second place. They're now 4.5 seconds, 5 seconds down on Manzenko. This is a very good lead that Manzenko is building. Oh, we've got some warnings popping up. Oh, no wonder they're absolutely going door to door, nose to nose. The Nissan, the Mustang, the McLaren. And is that a Honda tucked in there as well? It is indeed, just for good measure as the head up through the junk side sweep. That is why we love turn 1 here. It's 5 wide on the way in, 2 wide if you're lucky on the way out. And the lucky one there is Hutchinson. Finds himself up into fourth place now. Hutchinson not messing about. We started in 8th place, 9th place, 8th. With exactly the same time set as the car currently running in 9th. So Fisher Racing have stayed exactly where they started. Jai Hutchinson has said, no, I quite fancy making a charge towards the podium. Let me just run through. There's a GT4 just down through the S's. The Honda sees him a little bit late there. That does happen in the traffic. And the drivers, some of them they've all got their headlights on. So there we go. Nice calm 3 km/h wind. That shouldn't pick up. There's no cloud cover certainly. Still seeing some nice shadows. There's the sound of a GT4 Aston Martin flying by at the bottom of the mine shaft, and it is Jade Hutchinson in 4th place, leading the charge as Sasha Wassner very nearly charges into the back of him. I'd love to see how close they get under braking, and that is very nicely done. Oh, and I don't think the genetics. Oh, the Honda's did an absolute whirly of a move there. That is how you use the surrounding traffic to make up positions. Is that Leighton in the Honda? What an absolute send that was while there was traffic around. Knew exactly what was going on. I'm scared to put the replay on in case we miss anything else. He's got the McLaren ahead of him. He's made contact in Leighton and is going to make it a lot of positions in 2 corners then as he sails up the inside again. The McLaren, again, the traffic absolutely benefiting him. Let's see if we can catch at least some of that. I think we're going to. Right, yes, so down the mine shaft he comes. So this is full helicam. Let's get another look at this. So he's already eyeing up the position here. Gets a good rotation. Everyone starts concertinaing ahead. And to be fair, concertinaing behind. Oh yeah, this is where they really bunch up. He manages to keep all his momentum out of that penultimate corner. Up the inside he goes, almost takes the 2 positions. And then these 2 end up battling into turn number 1 because one of them gets the slipstream and the Honda absolutely does not. So that's what brought the McLaren straight back. And as we go back to the live pictures, they're absolutely nose to tail again. The Honda has a good rear view mirror, and that is Cryonics Racing GT4 that we've just gone past, and they are up to second place in the GT4, so they have got past Khaled while we've been watching this. So that position has changed, but so has this one. Lieutenant back to where he started in 6th place. He's got Sasha Blaster ahead of him, who's of course down 2, started in 3rd position. Both of them chasing Jaid Hutchinson. Oh, moving over just to go past another car. And it's a lot of tyre squeal there, and a lot of sunlight coming beaming through the windows. You turn round to get the exit at turn number 1. Nicely done. Manzenko is living the dream right now. Absolutely living the dream. And in fact, yeah, there has been a position swap. Naldi is back up to 2nd. Reinders. Yeah, sorry, Naldi's held on to 2nd place. He's back where he started. Reinders up 1 to 3rd place. Here is how it happened. So yeah, I knew that there was a change. I missed it, and this is what it was. So that is the GT4 leader, Lee Petzold. Oh, he's touched the back of him. Oh, and he's taking a little bit of a dent, so he lost a fair bit of time there. But no, I think there might have been some a slightly bigger incident, but we have missed it. We'll crack on with what we do know though, and that is that Petzold is still leading the way. He's got a 5-second gap over pole sitter Cryonics Racing, as they are once again absolutely entrenched in GT3 cars. Khaled Racing still keeping up. That is the Barmenia car, of course. Found their way into the wall early doors. Still running with the damage though. Well, Boydson are in the pits. It looks like they might be done. They've been in there for quite some time. Where is... that's Live for Race. That's La Vega, my missile. Yeah, so there it is there. Sorry, yeah, Sebastian's ahead now. Down 8. Oh, and Mathis Krosh as well. Mathis Krosh has suddenly taken a big tumble down the order. We've got a yellow flag. Let's check that out. Ooh, a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic up the hill. Goes round the outside, so it avoids the sausage curve. Ah, okay, so the big dive up the inside there. Got himself well and truly involved. Saw the... Oh, no. Oh, the two GT4s is slightly unsettled by that exit curve, and it is Krosh. Very much, again, wrong place, wrong time. And that is a big drop down the order for Fisher Racing. Down 10 spots to 19th. Well, let's see. Samir Foch. He's been on a bit of a charge since we last checked in on him. He's now up 8 spots, up to 15th. So he is fairly putting the times in. And George Boothby, who started in a similar position to him, right at the back of the grid. He is now up into the top 10. We're only 24 minutes into the race. The fastest lap as well, of course. But there is quite a few drivers that have got very close to it. Can't confirm though his consistency at the minute is borderline horrifying. It has been matched by Manzenko. He's only about a 10th off. So yeah, it's going to be quite the charge. Naldi as well, 40.5, so he's got half a second down on his average lap. Hutchinson in that same region as well. Petzold and Zeitz now 4.5 seconds. Ooh. So is it the traffic, or is it the fact that the Ginetta has been unleashed? Did take pole position by a couple of tenths. Yeah, so can he make that count lap on lap? Crowley still in second, of course. The team that took pole, Cala in third place. Orcapos up to fourth position with Magenta up to fifth, so great start from them. Apex down to sixth with Buckholz up hugely to seventh place. BS Corsa down to eighth. Vegaman Missile up to 9th position, and Yeats Motorsports rounding out the top 10 in the GT 4th. 11 for Apex Predators and Lynx Racing up to 12th place. They've made it up 11 spots since the start. Not too bad a beginning for the team. And we're the 34th overall. Slow Motion, Desmo, GNG all inside the top 10. GNG down 3 on where they started as opposed to GG. Very GG on their start, up 3 spots in the open in 27 minutes. Both of their cars, in fact, having a good start. Towness, not such a great start in the Aston. Down hugely. And we do have Akibua. They have taken a pit stop. Yeah, so they've already taken a pit stop. Yeah, 48 minute stint timer again. Keeps the driver nicer on their toes. We've seen the GT4s, they do love to double stint their tyres as well. That's all going to be coming into play very soon indeed. Nürnberger on the slide, and it is Boothby that's gotten past him. An absolute unstoppable force at the minute is Boothby, and that is Nürnberger that's fallen by the wayside now. He finds himself now down into 8th place. I'll change back in a moment. Jacobian definitely not running in first. There we go. 16th place indeed. So Lehtinen is now the next target for Boothby, and I tell ya, he's not too far behind. So yeah, there's Boothby there, just coming down through the S's, Lehtinen trying to catch up to Wassner. Oh, and that is so close, and I tell you what, Boothby is going to be absolutely relishing this opportunity here. These three drivers have been nip and tuck for the past few laps. Of course, Jade Hutchinson seizing his opportunity and taking those positions early doors. Qualified 8th, now up to 4th, and leading the chase for the final podium position. Leading these two a merry dance at the moment, but that is a dance that is about to be joined. Oh well, sorry, I say about to be joined by George Boothby. He's still got to get past Lehtinen and Wassner. It's one thing to catch up, it's another to get the overtake done. So we'll see how long it takes him to get past, and if it is in fact before the end of this stint. There's Nürnberger behind, sorry, there is Lehtinen there. Oh yeah, constant GT4 traffic as well for them to deal with. Yeah, that's him just catching up to the back of the GT4 field once again. Into sunset we go. Boothby has navigated the blue flag, and it is still Hutchinson who is leading the way there. Martin and Mex, in fact, having a good little fight here. The Porsche and the Ferrari being joined by Samir Foch on the back of this one as well. He'll hurry this one along as well, I'm sure. Miluti, and in fact the Live for Race car isn't far ahead either. And in fact this is an absolutely cracking little battle that's about to develop there. We can see just coming down to the bottom of the S's and rising now, that is Samir Foch at the back. The Ferrari looking for the position. The nimble Porsche picks his line and through he goes. Very nicely done. Down the hill. Yep, they all hold on to that one. Let's see where Wasser and the gang are. There's Boothby lurking. There's Lettering lurking as well. Oh, I tell you, he's a lot closer to Rangers now actually than Wasser is to him. Well, as I say that, a little bit of a touch there with the one of the GT4 cars there for Wasser out of the first corner. Let's jump on that bonnet there and have a look. So even more cars. Absolute constant parade. And the track temperature has dropped. So yeah, it's dropped nicely down to 20 degrees. It's only 6 PM. Wow. I think we're on ×2. That would certainly make sense. Down the hill we go. Manzenko now with a 6.2 second gap, 40.7 on that lap. His biggest rival in the lap times at the minute is still George Boothby, 7th place for Boothby for 255 competition. But he is definitely closing on this pack ahead. Manzenko looking good to maintain the lead into the first pit stop at least. We'll see what's happening by pit stop number 2, Noguer. For La Vega Misael, trying to go round the outside of the last corner. Not quite got the room for the cutback either. Reptile Racing's Honda now in 9th position. So good start from them. Noguer down 3 spots. A lot of slipstream along the start finish day, but that Honda is a beast in a straight line. Yeah, he's absolutely ragdolled it through that corner there. Got a phenomenal exit going into Sunset. He is going to have track position and the position. Now he is going to have to do some chasing to get that one back. A little bit more shimming and shaking just further down the field. Let's see. Still Petzold leading the way in the GT4s. That gap now down to 3.2 seconds as he kicks up a bit more dust. Just keeping it spicy. So yeah, and that is, so that's the top 2. Cal Racing. So I need to close that. And back up at the front. This say Hutchison was leading the charge for the rest of the drivers chasing the podium. Oh, your Yeet Motorsport goes past. And leading the charge he is admirably at the minute. He is right on the back of Reinders now, 4 seconds behind Naldi. So Naldi might be losing time to Manzenko. But certainly gaining time on the drivers behind, which is yeah, half the battle. Martins and Maluti are still going at it as well. Looks like Hakiban is also. Nicely done on the way into the S's by both of them. Martins and Maluti, yeah, catching up to Florenti there in 11th place. In fact, let's check on that one. And there's Samir Foch, still in the background there as well. He is still closing up, still up 8 positions. Let's see how far behind he is. Not far at all now, in fact. Yeah, not far at all down the mine shaft. With this, again, the GT4s and the GT3s, the multi-class, it makes it class, certainly from a viewer's perspective. Norberg going past Kroos, these two having a battle down for 18th position as Norberg has come out on top at the minute. Kroos, of course, going to take back some places after getting clipped by a couple of unsettled GT4s. He does manage to take it though. Yes, indeed he does. Good turn there from a bit of BMW on BMW action. Oh no, sorry, BMW on Mustang, and it's Kroos that comes out on top. And the Mustang, they are doing well here today. Oh, yellow flags for Reinders and Hutchison. The swap positions. As soon as we look away, the swap positions. Let's go to a replay. Into Helicab. Right up the inside of the Mercedes. Perfect line for both of them there. Oh, they're just over the outside of the curves. Oh, now. They didn't look overly close on the way in here. Well, so he's just done him in the slipstream on the way to turn number 1. Yeah, just got a much better exit. I think the replay is going to cut out just before we get there. Oh, he set him up for the cutback. Yeah, set him up for the cutback. Beautiful manoeuvre. And that puts Hutchinson up into 3rd position. 5 spots he's made it up so far from 8th place. That is quite the run, and I tell you what, he's done it at the perfect time as well, because Wassner and Lehtinen, they've brought themselves right into this. Boothby not too far behind either. Now, lap on lap, he is a bit quicker than these drivers ahead. Still got 2 hours and 20 minutes though, and a pit stop to take in the next 10. So he won't be even. Yeah, he'll just be putting in his laps at the minute. Where the Jeanette is. Oh, the 2 LFM cars now right on top of one another. Wassner and Reinders. Well, Wassner down to Reinders where he started, so he's back to 4th place. Did of course start behind Wassner, now is ahead. Does Wassner have the pace to retake that spot? And can he get it done before Lehtinen and Boothby catch up? Because Lehtinen is absolutely in this battle as well. There's Boothby just making his way down into the S's as well. We'll see if any of them come in for an early pit stop. I seriously doubt it. And the track looking very good at the minute. Oh, I saw these 2 Mustangs absolute nose to tail. That's Callet Racing's Baz back, 3rd place in the GT4s. Yep, the pace difference absolutely on full display. Hello once again, welcome back, welcome me back I suppose. Round number 8 of the ACC Drive Endurance Championship. We're coming quickly to the end of the drivers' first stints, and it is Dive Bomb leading the way in the GT4s with Oplight in second, and Visceral up to third position in the GT4s. It's Dynamic MS Youngsters, they're leading the championship and they're leading the race ahead of Khaled, who are back into second, with Orcapose in third place. As Zeitz is taking a pit stop. A very quick pit stop as well. And in fact, we've seen quite a few GT3 cars come in already and take a pit, so yeah, absolutely spot on with that guesstimation on the timing. Road Sim RC, they've been in, of course, they're carrying a lot of damage. Yeah, I think ACC Acute were carrying damage as well, but that's them in and out of the pits. Nürnberger is into the pits, there we go. For the Dynamic Motorsport by Kalinic. So that's them coming into the pits. We'll see when the leaders come in. As I say, 48 minutes stint timer, so 2 hours and 12 minutes left on the clock. Everyone will have been in at least once. Now there's another GT4 car coming in. It's the Ginetta of Apex Predators. Timiev staying out for La Vega Missile. See if Manzenko comes in. No chance, he's not going to even make it in there. Car right over pit entrance as another one of the GT4s comes in. Naldi is staying out as well. Hutchinson has got 2 minutes 40, so yeah, I imagine that the rest of these GT3s are going to stay out unless one of them's trying to undercut, no one doing so. Boothby stays out as well. He's got the Sim RC Endurance car ahead of him. That's a blue flag, but it's still a nice bit of slipstream. He is really breaching the gap to these cars ahead. It'll be interesting to see where they are when they get out of the pits. Still got a long way to go as well. Meek's coming past, that's more cars. Reptile Racing come into the pits. La Vega Missile have got a car in, so too the Break Bunny. Hakuban is in. Dynamics have been in and out. Dynamics, in fact, they're bringing up the rear. Oh no, sorry, Sim RC, of course, they're down the grid. Damage. In fact, yeah, it was a quick turnaround. So I'm not sure they repaired a lot of it. Whoa, though, absolutely swamped by cars at the minute, and that is Boothby. That's right on the back of this, so that's a blue flag, Aston Martin and the McLaren GT4 car right in the mix with the battle for 4th through 7th. And as they come flying into the crocodiles, they're all going to have to come flying into the pits as well. They won't have time to get another lap now. Well, that's 47 minutes that the race has been running for. Boothby will be particularly happy, of course, up 15 places. And Samir Foch as well, he's stayed out, so he's made it up to 8th place. So these two started at the back of the grid. Manzenko, of course, and here comes everyone else. All following suit. There goes the Yeet Motorsport GT4 car. Foch comes in, almost an overtake on the way into the pits there for Meeks. Lucas Busak then. The lead car on track is taking his pit now. Is that is a driver swap? Yes, of course, Nürnberger. So Nürnberger, 44 minutes for the first stint. Let's see where he is in relation to the rest of the field. Of course, he was just on the outside of the top 5, and in fact, Reptile Racing, sorry. They've had a good turnaround in the pits as well. They're all over the back of that McLaren. 2 seconds quicker through the pits they were, in fact, so they've gained 2 seconds, and that's going to bring them right out into the hunt as Manzenko with the up into barbecue. Naldi just into turn number 1. Lehtinen just getting into turn number 1. And Busak just on the start-finish straight, so it's definitely lost time there. Reptile Racing have definitely gained time. We're going to gain a position here. Nope. Not quite close enough, but that Honda is definitely looking the quicker of the two. Oh yeah. Very quick. Manzenko comes back out with a 7.3 second lead for Daibom as he sends it past some more GT4s. Alplight with Naldi behind the wheel, hold on to second. I've still got second place with Jade Hudson for Visceral in the Nissan. Very much in control now in third position. Reinders in fourth. Wassner in fifth for LFM. And then it is 255 Competitions, George Boothby. He has made another spot. He's got the jump on Lehtinen in the pits. So Lehtinen 3 seconds slower than anyone else through the pits in the GT4s. That is quite the difference, and that's where that time's gone. So yeah, good start there for them to the second stint. Petzold holding on to the lead in the GT4. Zeitz for Cryonics in set back into second place after taking that slightly earlier pit stop. A 43-minute opening stint. So certainly a shorter one than most of these competitors. Cal has paid off though for the moment. Cal Racing in third position, 12 seconds down. Okay, and Petzold didn't stop during his pit stop. So Petzold, wow, so that opening stint really did play into their hands because he was carrying double stint fuel. So he was carrying, so you had a much heavier car. Oh, big yellow flags. Oh, Porsche completely facing the wrong way. Car 107, let's see on the replay what's going on there. So we're into turn number 1. Aston Martin now, so that's Samir Foch ahead. That's the GT4 race leader, in fact. Oh, that's just all kinds of clumsily gone wrong there, and that is quite a few positions lost. Well, the Porsche giving it the full Austin Powers there to try and get in the right direction. Let's see where Waster is. Very close yet again. It's still ridiculously close there. Reinders now under all kinds of pressure. Boothby right in the hunt. I tell you what, Hutchinson is doing his best to get a bit of a breakaway. There you can see the headlights of the cars chasing him. And yeah, you can't even see them as he heads into the braking zone. Just see them in the braking zone at turn number 1. Not so for Reinders though. He's coming under pressure from his teammate. They had near identical pit stops. Waster 2/10 slower overall. Certainly not looking 2/10 slower out on track at the minute. He's all over his teammate and he will be howling to get past if he is the quicker driver. No team orders though, even though they've got George Boothby breathing down their neck. Boothby starting on the back row of the GT4 grid. And now finds himself up in 6th place. And a shot at 2 positions here. 2 LFM cars ahead of him, Wassner and Reinders. They're going to need to sort themselves out or they are going to lose 2 positions pretty rapid. They'll play the team game here. That is close. Busick still closing in on the Reptile Racing car, but that's another car that's had a very good start. The Honda up 4 places. Busick for Dynamic losing out on a couple of spots. There's Alexander Dubbs back in, that's their 2nd pit stop. And Louis Petzold, the only driver. Oh no, my apologies, he's not. The bottom 1%ers, they've gone for a drive-through on their first stop as well. And my goodness me, okay, I've missed this. La Vega, my missile, they've gone for this one as well. So they started the race with 2 48-minute stints worth of fuel. They're going to double stint the tyres, so that's 3 of the GT4s that have done that. And in fact, Leitonen has served a drive-through. So Leitonen did drive through the pits without stopping, but it was for a drive-through penalty. None of the GT3s going for the double stint. Definitely a lot to ask to get 2 stints out with the tyres here. So yeah, the GT4s, GT3s, I seriously doubt we'll see anybody double stint the tyres. Although, yeah, the last stint depends how short it's going to be. Because we have seen a couple of teams try it previously this season. We'll see if anyone else does. Let's see how Boothby is getting on for his hunt for 5th and potentially 4th position. 2 LFM cars blocking the way at the moment. Sorry, that is Hutchinson. It's Reinders that I wanted. Lasner, 2 wheels on the gravel there, very close under braking into the last corner. It's so close between these 3 Mustangs now. Boothby's going to be getting a huge double slipstream along that start-finish straight. Let's see. Oh yeah, just on the edge. He's not quite going to get close enough. As Reinder's going to have to be fending off from his teammate. He is not. Dives right onto that apex. Good exit by Lasner. All over his teammate, just trying to size up an opportunity to safely get past. Oh, that's a good exit there out of Barbecue. So it's nip and tuck. They're trading apexes and exits here, as Boothby still lurks in the background. The sun is setting through sunset, and we're only an hour into the race. The track temperature already down to 18 degrees. So that is a few points of PSI lost so far. Just come back out and reinflated them, or on a fresh set of tyres. Certainly all the GT3s are. I wonder if Petzold is getting on. A bit of a slower lap there, in fact. Zeitz 28 seconds down. Now I wonder if at some point they decide they need to do the same thing to close that gap back up again. Because yeah, making up 30 seconds over 2 hours is no mean feat at all. West Competition Racing up 3 positions for this car. Fisher Racing is, Eric Beckman is still down 10 spots. But yeah, Nordberg for West Competition, looking for another position. Already made up 3 spots with Ollie Shepherd behind them. Lois Rainier, the Porsche, just ahead. Rainier putting in some good lap times, but is being handily closed in on. Another one of the La Vega missile cars. Get that right eventually. Across the line we go. And yeah, no, the Porsche getting a very good exit once again. Let's check back up. Oh, Lasner and the Boothby. Looks like this one's coming into pretty solid focus. Yeah, 3 of them in exactly the same livery, and they're almost in exactly the same time and space as well. They are so close. In fact, Lasner, these cars have got a very good rear view mirror. Yes, they do. Through Crocodiles will go, and it is Boothby snapping at the heels of Wasner, who is snapping at the heels of Reinders, all the while letting the top 3 certainly break away. Hutchison for Visceral in the Nissan, an absolute dream for stints. He's in up 4 or 5 places, and he is up onto the podium. Yeah, 5 places for Hutchinson. to find himself on the podium, coming out to start stint number 2. Reinder's almost 4 seconds behind, and is certainly not getting a minute to put in any full-on laps at the minute because his teammate is right on the back of him. We've got another GT4 car to navigate, and they've got 255 Competitions George Boothby right behind them. Boothby with the most positions gained so far in the race, 16 positions he's gained, although not too far behind in that one. Samir Foch had a bit of a slower start to the race than Boothby, but now does find himself up 13 positions up into the top 10. I guess some extra time for the get that livery on display. I think we can even be forgiven for using chase cam. It sounds good as well. But yeah, that is quite the livery. Quite the livery. Oh, a bit of chopping and changing up at the top. Oh no, sorry, just someone with a slight connection glitch again. There we go. So it is Waster now on the back of Rain, still on the back of the Rangers as they squeeze their way past a couple of battling GT4 cars across the start-finish line. That is now, yeah, bang on the 1 hour in. It is Rangers doing the double defensive duties now. These three pretty closely matched for pace, of course. Oh no, Mazenko's just taking the fastest lap with a 39.7. So Mazenko's taking the fastest lap. Certainly the track temperature dropping the way it is. It's definitely going to be helping the tyres and giving them that extra bit of grip to find that extra pace. Given that the Wally pace was at 38 and 8, so I do think we're going to see a bit more time coming off that fastest lap. Since coming out of the pits, Reptile Racing have made themselves up 2 spots. They're having a cracking race so far. Started in 13th position, now running up in 7th ahead of Busak, Foch, another driver making spots up. And since coming out of the pits, they're quite the reverse though for Leighton in the Wild Things Racing team. Losing quite a few positions here. 11th spot they are at the minute. Started in 6th place. So yeah, since coming out of the pits, that's been a bit of a demise. Now they've lost some time. Oh, the drive-through, of course. They've served the drive-through for track limits. My apologies. That's why it is. Yeah, so they're so they've served the drive-through. 11th position. They're in still ahead of Meeks for Alpha and Live for Race in 13th and 14th position. Levegama Missile in 15th place. Louis Petzold in the Maserati GT4s, they are leading the way in the GT4 standings, and they're leading the way at the moment, but Zeitz is going quicker. That gap is now down to 26 seconds. So yeah, that's a couple of seconds they've made up. Oh, Bat's back. Oh, got some GT3s going past. Oh, Petzold matched them on the last lap there though. But yeah, how much degradation are they going to see on the tyres and indeed in their lap times come the end of this stint? We've got a little bit of time before we find out. Zeitz will be hoping sooner rather than later. Bat's back for Khaled. Still holding on to 3rd, and Orcapu is back at the pits in 4th place. Apex in 5th position where they started. Apex in 6th. Then it's Yeet up to 7th place. 8th place, Buckholz Racing. Lynx up into 9th position after starting dead last in the GT4s. And Magenta holding on to 10th place where they started, so gained a few spots. I'll drop back down a couple, but still where they started. Did have a bit of a longer pit stop, so I'm wondering if there was a bit of damage there, or they were taking on extra fuel so that their next stop is just a drive-through. Yeah, interesting, could well be. We've already seen La Vega My Missile, and the bottom 1%ers, along with the race leaders in the GT4s, only do a drive-through on their first stop. And yeah, right, so on Pedro Silva for slow motion, they had a 48-second pit stop as well, so if they, and in fact Ramadan for GNG, and one of the Khaled cars. Sorry, I'm just properly looking at some of these times now, actually. They were a bit mixed up. But, yeah, so Khaled, they stopped for 52 seconds. So did GNG. Apex were in for 47, which does, these are all longer. The average pit time for the GT4s is about mid-30 seconds. Slow motion 48. Magenta 44. Apex Predators 54 seconds. Yeah, I think we're going to see quite a few GT4 cars on the next pit stop. Just do a drive-through. Now that one of them's done it, they're going to need to answer back. It's worked in their favour so far. The gap 26 seconds still. So yeah, Petzl matched them. Oh, and a little bit of contact there with Petzl, who just appears on screen. Speaking of the devil, and he shall appear. That Maserati engine absolutely ringing itself. Oh, drifts around the outside very nicely indeed. Beautiful driving there by Wasner, looking to get back up to where he started. Oh, Lucas Road with the yellow flag. Oh, the SimRC Endurance by Barmenia car having another off-track excursion. Out of Cheetah, that corner absolutely bites back. Sir Foss now finds himself in 9th place, and in fact could be 8th position very soon as he's catching up to Busick. So not a good start to the second stint for the Dynamic Motorsport by Kalinich car. They are dropping positions. They're absolutely sandwiched at the minute here as well. They're going to have... See, this is the best thing about being the third car in the equation here. As soon as the two ahead go side by side, you can pick which one you want to try and follow through. And that can often end up boxing one of them in, boxing one of them out. And at the moment, with the pace that they're showing, and with the GT4 traffic there, Dufresne, oh, is he going for it on the way at the mineshaft? No, he's not. He looked a quicker GT4, quickly getting out of the way. Samir Foss is sizing up the openings if he can. Dufresne is going to be in full defensive mode at the minute. I tell you what though, not as much as Lucas Busick is though. He is going to have to be absolutely on his toes. He is all over the back of this Honda while having this mighty Mustang, and they are mighty around this track behind them. Although the Honda's leading the way, and it is a Honda ahead of Busick. That's the type of day the office Busick is having at the minute. The fastest two cars on track, he's got one ahead and one behind him. Out across the start finish line. I'll tell you what, the Honda just absolutely breaks away along that start finish straight. Mustang mighty on the brakes, really squealing on those anchors. Not a lot of tyre squeal there either. No improvement actually, I was just checking there. Alessandro Casti, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into LFM. Make sure you jump on to the website, get involved in the racing as well. We've got round number 8. Wow, that's a lot of sparks coming up. It's round number 8 of the ACC Drive Endurance Series. Let's see what Boothby is doing. Every time we jump on board, they're nose to tail with a GT4 car or two. Splattered in there, just sprinkled in, just keeping it extra spicy. Rangers won't be complaining though. This is the clearest rear view mirror he's had since the start of this stint. He can now try and mount some kind of charge towards Hutchinson, who's now only 3 seconds up the road. Oh wow, so that gap is closing back in again. Hutchinson 4 down on Naldi. Manzenko still tearing away. 10 seconds he's got of a gap now. So yeah, this all playing very much into his hands. And looking very good for the Dive Bomb Esports team. Good solid pole position, and they've held on to it. Allplight holding on to second, and of course Visceral 5 spots up into third place. LFM Esports did have a car starting in third and fourth, one of them still in fourth, as we can see the other one, who started in third, now down at the fifth. Could well be 6th position if Boothby gets his way. He really is pushing those buttons. Looking for an opening. And he's absolutely matching Wasner's lap times as well. 140.7, that is how close they are. Reinders with a 40.4 on that last lap. Low 40s for the drivers up at the front, although Hutchinson with a 40.9. He's got a little bit of breathing room to play with. Not too much though. Oh, Samir Foch and Busick look like they're going side by side, and he's got it done down through the S's. Very nicely done. And is this going to bring Noguer into it? He's gone up the inside. He's going to hold the position. He's taking it down the hill. That is a very, very, very nice move there. Fortuitous move. And this could be the lifeline that Lehtinen needs to get back into the race as well. As he closes up on his pal, he can see his fellow Honda driver struggling there, losing 2 spots. Is he about to compound that misery? Sorry, the McLaren driver. The Honda is in a different battle. My apologies. Oh, and that's a lot of dust being kicked up, and so close for Lehtinen then. He's dropped positions out of the pits, looking to make them back. And it could be 3 very quickly here as Sir Foss there, right onto the exit. Okay, so we had a Mercedes car there, and the Mustang. Wow, that's a big move there by Noguer. Goes round the outside, and it's going to be up the inside for Lehtinen. Lehtinen holding the brakes very nicely indeed. Good rotation, racing up the hill, but it's going to be Dynamics by Kyalami. It's going to hold on to the position. No, they're not, because into barbecue it's going to be the Honda nose back in front on the exit, and on the outside line for Busick. But he's going to have more momentum. Is he going to be able to carry it into sunset? Is it going to be sayonara for both of them? It is not. It is the Honda still holding the outside line. Wild Things Racing still absolutely in this. Sir Foch, he's managed to take the position back from Noguer as well. So Sir Foss now watching this battle going on behind him is Lehtinen. Let's get some helicam. Has got the move well and truly done then. Busick down into 11th position. So Dynamic by Kyalami and Wild Things both dropping positions in this stint, but Lehtinen looking to buck that trend and start heading back up the grid. Sir Foch certainly doing so. That's him now up 15 positions, and now while that was going on, Boothby did get past Wasner. Let's see if we can catch that on a replay. Oh, big dab of the brakes here for Wasner. He's lost a lot of momentum trying to pull up. Oh, and there's a bit of contact there heading up into the mine shaft. Boothby positioning for the inside line. Wasner running a bit deep there. I'm not sure, I think he might have just given up that position after the contact there. He didn't have much momentum coming out of the corner, although if you hit the driver in the back, it's often deemed mistake. We'll certainly see if anything does come of that. A few more people in the chat. That is the joint chat, so that is in the German channel. But welcome into everyone that is watching here on the, I believe we're on Twitch and YouTube. I hope you're enjoying the race so far. An hour and 13 minutes. We're already fast approaching another pit window. As we could be fast approaching another overtake. Wasner and Boothby still battling it out. Lehtinen as well is not letting go of the chance that he's been presented. Noguer still chasing Foch. Let's see where Petzold and Zeitz are. 24 seconds, so yeah, Petzol's played an absolute blinder here. That's only 4 seconds that Zeitz has managed to close up since coming out of the pits. So very evenly matched for pace, and in fact Petzol 8/10ths quicker on that previous lap there. Kyalami Racing still got third place after a very good start to the race. A couple of cars just dropping down. Oh, another pit stop for the La Vega, my missile team. That one for a drive-through. Drive-through for the bottom 1%ers as well. As blue flags are waving. Evil King Evil! I absolutely loved that man back in the day. He was, yeah, next level crazy, some of the stunts he used to do. But welcome in, Evil King Evil. Thank you very much for the follow. We've got round number 8 of the ACC Drive Endurance Series. It's a 3-hour drive, 3-hour race today. 30 of the teams starting, or 32 of the teams, sorry. Solo drivers. 10 teams have got 2 drivers, 3 teams have got 3 drivers. We'll start with 45. And we've still got 44 in here. All racing hard. And yeah, still a cracking little battle going on here between Sir Foch and Noguer. In exactly the same machinery, that mighty Mustang and Letton, as you can see there, within 4/10, so getting closer still. And yeah, which one of these is going to get the overtake first? Oh no, in fact, yeah, because Dufresne, he's not managed to break away any. Now that I'm noticing that. So the Reptile Racing car, they have made up a few spots this race so far. Done well since getting out of the pit. They're now being hunted down by this pack of 3 behind them. How long can they fend them off for? 1 minute 41.9. The cars behind definitely moving a bit quicker. Despite the overtaking and side-by-side action, not slowing themselves down any as far as catching this Honda goes, that's for sure. And yeah, he is definitely moving at a clip. Petzol still moving well up at the front. We've got Benson. For Yeet Esports out in the Mercedes, having a good stint. They've made up a couple of spots. Wrong button. Oh no, sorry, they're down a spot. But looking to take it back. So yes, since coming out of the pits, they have been overtaken by the Buckholz team. Only recently as well. Look at the way the back of the car is absolutely bouncing on the way out of Sunset in the clubhouse. Wow, so much body roll and bounce on those things. You absolutely love to see it. Alexander Dubs, in the pits and has been for quite some time now. It looks like their race very much run and done. Unless there's some... They did have a lot of damage at the start, so I'm not wondering if perhaps they couldn't get it all completely fixed. Car just a little bit too unstable. Wassner with a bit of a white flag. Boothby with a second to make up 2 Reinders. Hutchinson still comfortably in 3rd place. Although the gap back to Reinders now back down again to 2.6 second. Hutchinson 5.2. Behind Naldi, who's 10 down on Manzenko. Manzenko stretching the limits to the fastest lap as well now. Looks like 1 minute 39.887 for his troubles. So yeah, stamping his authority out there at the front. Got 12 minutes till the halfway mark of the race. Let's see how long the race leader. Slightly changed, but we love it. Can't quite see it from that camera, so let's jump on there. Yeah, so 18 minutes left of this stint. Yeah, so there's about an hour and 20 minutes left to go, then we'll have to do 40. Yeah, so actually, yeah, so we might see just a quick splash and dash on the final pit stop, if the drivers can get the full 48 out of this. Wow, Boothby's already closed up that 1 second, and he is right on the back. Again, more traffic. That Aston has made several appearances so far. With blue flags waving, let's see what Boothby can do here. I tell you, that 1 second gap absolutely diminished. We're now down to a 10th. A bit of a wiggle there from the LFM car, just out of turn 1 into barbecue the go. Towards sunset we're heading. 17 degrees now the track temperature down to, so it is going to fall. I wonder how long. Well, we've got an hour and 40 minutes left, so yeah, we could see another, easy another 2 or 3 degrees come off. We should see the lap time fall a bit as well then. You would think the two usually go hand in hand down to a certain point. Is it still 16 degrees? Does anyone know, is that still the meta for getting the fast and best out of the tyres? I'm not even sure it's classed as meta, basically optimum really. Oh wow. Not optimum for Rangers' chances of holding on to this 4th position at the moment, that's for sure. Boothby really is all over the back of him, and Samir Foch in fact looking like another overtake is definitely possible. I tell you, it looked like Nogueira was really going to be giving him a run for his money, but it's gone the other way. Hakuban just popping up to the top of the leaderboard for some reason. Oh wow, Foch really does look quicker than the Honda at the minute. Certainly through the corners, the Honda got that natural Mustang repellent, aka top end speed. Ooh, little bit of a wiggle there, holds on to it very nicely though. That GT4 might just have been the saving grace. Let's see if there's any saving grace for Rangers here. Out of turn number 1. And up towards Juxai sweep is Boothby. Nope. I was going to say, is he about to make an overtake? Not quite. It's not going to be close enough at sunset, judging by that. Doesn't look like his teammates Sir Foch is either. I say teammate, I know the two of them very good friends, and they did start at the back of the grid. They did seem to set deliberately slow lap times, so they started at the back of the GT4, back of the GT3 grid. Still ahead of the GT4s. Speaking of GT4s, Petzold's still got the lead. Sykes is still chipping away at the time, but it is only down to 23 seconds. Now we've seen, I did have mentioned, we did see quite a few of the GT4 take a significantly longer pit stop on their first stop after we saw Petzold just do a drive-through. So he's double stinting the tyres and the fuel. So I'm now wondering if we're going to see, we've seen cars take the extra fuel on to do double stints now, and what does, more importantly, the point I'm getting at, is what do Cryonics do to answer? Do they now, because they were only in the pits for 32 seconds, so they have not taken on enough fuel to do a double stint, do they now take on fuel to do a double stint? Which would then leave them needing a potential splash and dash on their final stint. Do they try, because the triple stint doesn't sound terrible on the tyres, but the final stint is only going to be about 20 minutes. So it'll be just over the hour. Oh, chopping and changing. Yep, Foch has got the job done. Oh no, sorry, still behind the frame. In fact, yeah, much bigger gap there. Leighton is ahead of Nogueira. So the Honda has got the job done there. Oh, Reinders is off. Reinders is off and Wassner is through. Let's have a quick look at this one, shall we? So that is Reinders still ahead. That's a lot of traffic. Wow, that GT4 Mercedes is moving exceptionally slowly, even compared to the other GT. Oh, and that is unfortunate. Boothby very close to catastrophe there as well, but Reinders, wrong place, wrong time as the GT4s, and yeah, you could visibly see one of those GT4s really had no momentum whatsoever out of that corner, out of barbecue, and was absolutely caught out there. Reinders now down to 6. Wassner gains a position at the expense of his teammate Boothby, now up 18 positions. Last to fourth challenge complete. Will we see any more positions? He is 2.8 seconds down on Jahid Hutchison of Visceral. Allplate still in second, and Manzenko still controlling the field and holding the fastest lap as well. Dive Bombs Honda, first place. Still watching Petzold, in fact Meeks as well. On Busick. Busick's lost a couple of positions this stint, it's safe to say. And might be another one here. We've seen what the Hondas can do. And potentially going to see it again. Oh, Callan's car. Managing to fend off. Is he going to go for a lit in the brakes? Surely not from there. No, that would be a fool said. I'm not sure the Honda would be capable of getting round already on the limit there. As you can hear the tyres and see the steering input there just to keep the car steady. But this does look like the Honda. More a case of when rather than if on this overtake. Is Lettinen and Noigueira head swap positions, and they're going to try and swap positions again in the sunset as Nogueira falls back into line behind Lettinen. The Wild Things driver taking back positions lost thanks to that drive through. Back up to 9th place still again, because yeah, just came from 10th back up to 9th, but did fend off Nogueira. Sir Foss still trying to catch up on Dufresne. Dufresne just going past some more of the GT4 traffic. The GT4 still being led by Petzold, who's actually lapping. Whoa, some of the fellow GT4s. The Maserati full sideways on that corner exit there. Full sideways. Let's have a check on the stint timer. What have we got? 10 minutes left. So yeah, down to 1 minute, 1 hour 24 minutes. That is quite the stint. Quite the stint. Let me pop you on Meeks. Bear with me a moment, very quick pit stop. Hello again. I've got a follow. Never's Night. Never's Night. Good evening and welcome in, or good morning, good afternoon, of course. Whichever part of the wonderful world you do reside. We've got drivers in and out of the pits, and we've got overtake attempts coming up. Lucas Road looking to make his way back through the field for SIMRC Endurance by Barmenia. They've had a tough start to the race. With a big crash, but they're back up to 17th place. Looking to make it 16 soon if they can. And Lee Petzold coming into the pits. Now Petzold just did a drive-through for his first stop, which was so it was a full 48-minute stint. That is certainly not the case. 42 minutes, so a little bit earlier he's come in. And we'll see how long he pits for. Because in fact he might now just fuel into the end of the race and do another drive-through pit stop. Yeah, if he's done an hour and a half already with that strategy. Oh no, 37.9. Okay. So 37.9 seconds he was stationary for. So not quite as long as I've seen from some of the team, from some of the GT4s. Maybe got some residual fuel in there. All speculation, of course, until we get to that next pit stop, which is going to be just over half of the time that we've got left. Or just under, sorry. Oh, just over. 48 minutes stint, 90 minutes left. So there'll be 42 minutes left. Then he needs to come into the pits again. And we'll see what he does. In the meantime, Ben Zeitz is about to come into the pits as well. Their 47-minute stint timer is about to be up. That means Manzenko must be pretty close. Oh no, Manzenko's still got 5 minutes left. Okay, so Zeitz is coming in on this lap. So we are going to get an answer to this one now. Zeitz, 43 minutes for his first stint. And yeah, 42 minutes for Petzold's first stint. So the two of them have gone for slightly shorter stints alternatively. And we'll see how that plays into the lead. Let's see what Khaled do. Of course, they stayed out a bit later, so they're going to stay out here. So too will Orcapos Racing. As we see more cars coming in. That's Ole Shepherd for Shepherd Endurance. The brake bunny goes past. That's back in the lead for the GT4s at the minute. Petzold is out and already comfortably into turn number 1. And Zeitz with only a 32-second pit stop, so no extra fuel taken on there. So going for exactly the same stint, or exactly the same stop. So it looks like this is going to be another 48-minuter. For Reigns, and then for Zeitz, sorry, and then another pit stop. What's that done? Ooh, blue flag and passing more GT4 traffic. 18 seconds. Oh yeah, though, but there we go. The proof is in the pudding. Petzold with the longer stop by 5 seconds, and the gap has come down by 5 seconds. As it gets very dark out on track for 7:14. Manzenko still leading the way. Naldi in second. Oh, Hutchison coming upon some traffic as he heads down at the mineshaft. Boothby still in fourth. He's now 1.5 down on Hutchinson. They did near identical laps. Hutchison in fact set his fastest lap of the race there with a 1 minute 40.365. Boothby with a 1 minute 40.330. So not much of a difference there. Lettinen himself and Sir Fosh have left Noguer behind, and Lettinen starting to show the kind of pace that we saw in qualifying, is certainly in the first stint, looking to get up to 8th place and stop the charge of Sir Fosh. And yeah, certainly charge he has. Up those 15 places, Boothby up 18. Not to be outdone, of course. Getting very dark as more cars come into the pits. It looked like a Honda coming in. Noguer came in, it was Dufresne. It was Dufresne coming into the pit. So that is Dufresne and Noguer both coming in. Hakiban has come in as well. We've got, I think, a couple more GT4s about to come in as well. Oh, and that wasn't in control there. Lettinen going to lose a lot of time. You could hear Rush tyres absolutely squealing. I can confirm the squeal does not equal grip. And that is going to give Fosh a bit of breathing space for the moment. Certainly the pit stops could iron that back out again. Norberg is in for West competition. Dufresne and Liv for race in as well. La Vega Maisel on their way back out and ahead of the Honda, so they've got the jump on them. Oh yeah, Dufresne in for an extra 3 seconds. So I'm wondering if there's a bit of a fuel thing going on there with an hour and a half left, and we're going to try and be overly brave. Manzenko, Naldi, Hutchinson, Boothby, Lassner, Reinders all in the pits. I would surmise that Sir Fosh is going to follow suit. He is very close in behind, and they're well over the halfway mark of the race. An hour and 25 on one set of tyres and 16-degree track temperature. That is surely got to be on somebody's mind. And I apologise, I didn't mean to call you Shirley. But yeah, I wonder if anyone will try and double stint the tyres. An hour and 24 minutes left. Does anyone need to double stint the tyres? Boothby, look how close they are. Hutchinson and Boothby within a couple of tenths of one another coming out of the pits. There is Brake Money unlapping themselves. Oh, and that is someone facing the wrong way. That is a car stopped and facing completely the wrong way. Was that? Who was that? Oh, it was Kyle Vogt for the bottom 1%ers. Oh, he's just caught the grass on the way into the braking zone. Ah, it's not often you see that, especially with a car on their own. And yeah, he was trying to right himself the correct way, and yeah, jammed on the brakes to let people through. Oh yeah, just guided himself onto the grass. An absolute tussle has broken out since they've got out the pits. Nürnberger back behind the wheel of the Dynamic Motorsport by Kalanic's car. He certainly seems to be the quicker of the two teammates. Let's see what kind of will he can impose on the cars ahead. It's Fosh that is leading this train in 7th place. There he is there, just at the head of this little 4-car train. I say a little, it's a lot of horsepower between these four, that's for sure. Through Clubhouse Bend, very nicely done by them all. Oh, Hakiban with big yellow flag there. Quite a big wiggle. Has to get very close. More traffic, synchronised, dodging out the way. Was Nürnberger going to get left behind here? Oh, the Honda's right on the outside. He's compromised his entry there ever so slightly, and that could massively compromise his exit. And that is a nice hold there by... Whoa, that was close. They're almost touched there. He's going to go for it around the outside potentially, or is he going to try a cut back? He's still going to get it done on the way through Cheetah, surely. But Noguer certainly looking very quick there. Let's see what the 4-car slipstream train can do for Nürnberger. He's certainly up against it, with it being Mustangs and Hondas ahead of him. You see the just pulling away there. GT4, another GT4 stays well and truly out of the way. Nicely done as they head up the hill. Wow, Leighton in that Honda really is applying the pressure as the wow. Another wow. Dynamics by Kyalami. Oh, and that's close, and he's very close, and he's made a touch there. A little inadvertent touch. That GT4 was a lot closer than he thought. Oh, the Honda's sizing up a move through Sunset. Is this going to be heavy on the brakes on the way into Clubhouse Bend? Surely not the Honda. Nope. There we go. Yep, he's just biding his time, looking for that position, or as I say, biding his time, going into the S's. It looks like he's gone side by side. He has. He's forcing the issue. He's making that move, and it's just brought Neugier back into this. Neugier is right in the hunt now, and it's good compromising massively. Good compromise, all three of them, as Nürnberger qualified in 5th position, and he's going to go around the outside of 2 of them, and it's going to be Sir Foss right on the outside, and he's almost taken another car with him there. Thankfully, he's not. Big touch for Samir Foss, and he's round the wrong way. Oh, and one of the GT4 cars gets a touch. Oh, that's Neuberger. He's down. Neugier is down as well. La Vega missiling off into the side. The GT4 car got caught in that, as well as more GT4s make their way through. So a couple of incidents there. Let's see if we can catch either of them. Samir Foss first of all. Look at this up the hill. So compromised down through the S's. Okay, so there was a little touch that sent Sir Foss off to the side, and yeah, just rotates the car, and around he goes. And then of course Neugier at the bottom just avoids the touch there, but he's still got the dynamic in Kyalami's car. He's up that inside. The Kyalami's car carries so much more pace as he tries to avoid that GT4 double contact. 2 different cars, ends up sideways. Oh, and he almost collects the GT4 again. Yeah, it was close. It did get a lot closer there, unfortunately. Big contact between a few of the cars. Zahentner now 14th position. Neugier, there he is, 12th position. So yeah, that has really changed the lay of the land as far as that little group of positions goes. Florenti and Norberg look like they're going pretty close at the minute. And in the GT4, so we've been a bit neglected for the past few minutes. Ben Zeitz is still chasing Petzold. That gap now back up to 20 seconds. So he's gained back 3 of the seconds that he lost through taking a longer pit stop, and it was 5 seconds longer. That's yeah, considerably longer lap time he's taken there. Yep, that is the G. That's a lot of it is, my apologies. The GT4 leader being overtaken there. It does look like Boothby is hunting down another position, this time at the expense of Visceral Esports, Jahid Hutchinson. He has had an incredible start to the race so far, up those 5 spots, but it does look like the Boothby train is looking to pass on through another station. He's already made up 18 spots for the 255 competition car. And is looking to get himself a last to first potentially, although I'm sure Manzenko's going to have plenty to say about that. He's just set another fastest lap. And he is now 14 seconds ahead of Naldi, so 20 seconds ahead of Boothby at the minute. Almost very difficult getting past another car up through that section of corners. You absolutely have to be on it. Sasha Wassner is actually on this one as well. Apologies to the LFM car. He is still absolutely in the hunt with this one as well. Fifth position. Wow, that was close. Incredibly close, and it's kept them all very close as they head down into the S's. Lap number 60. Well and truly underway for these drivers. Sorry, 61. They're now on. The GT4 leader on 55. It just goes to show you the pace difference just over halfway through the race. 5 more laps the GT3s have done. So it goes to show you they're going to have to go past them about another 5 times before we get to the end of the race. Oh, there we go. On board with Boothby, you can see just how close Wassner is to this battle. All near identical. In fact, Hutchison was half a second quicker through his pit stop than the 2 cars behind him. So he had a very good quick turnaround. I know I was looking out for drivers. Yes, so we've had 2. Stefan Poss only did a drive-through on his last pit stop for Carlet Racing, and he did take on extra fuel. So too BS Corslow, they've got a drive-through as well. On the short side of the pit stop, however, Apex Predators, only 18 seconds they were stationary, so they're clearly double stinting these tyres, which does seem easy enough to do. And Soren Burr, the Fisher Racing car, just did a drive-through on their last pit stop as well, and no drive-through penalty. So I think they might be double stinting their tyres. That does look very dark. I tell you what, bear with me a moment. There we go, pop the stadium floodlights on, and then we can see the cars. It is a lot darker for the cars out on track. We've just applied a clever little filter, which means we can see all these beautiful liveries. So apologies, it does look a little bit washed out, but yeah, certainly a lot easier to see the cars out on track. And see this battle here as Noguer is back ahead of Samir Foch after he's just set his fastest lap of the session as well. He looks like he's about to go quicker again. He does indeed. Only a 100th, exactly 100th of a second between the time set by these 2 Mustangs on screen. That is very close indeed. Martin's with a bit of a yellow flag still running though. So too the La Vega and Missile Porsche. Boothby within 4 tenths. Nürnberger still on the back of Leitonen as well. So the Wild Things Racing car under all kinds of pressure. Dynamic Motorsports by Kalanick's looking very quick. McLaren versus Honda. It's certainly gone the way the Hondas so far. Or certainly since coming out on this stint. The track now at that hallowed 16 degrees. See if that does improve the lap times anymore. I think it just might. Let's see if Sir Foch can improve on his position on this lap. Up towards the mine shaft. No, not quite close enough again. Yeah, Boothby still hovering at that half-second mark. It'll be quick when it happens. Nürnberger is going to need to be quick here. Nice little bit of GT4 traffic for the Honda to navigate his way around. Yeah, it's always a good strategy. You'll see the cars go past the GT4. Oh, Naldi is down in 5th position. Oh, he's going very slowly indeed. Matteo Naldi dropping down the order. Let's see. Now, there seems to be a double yellow flag. We'll check them both out. So Naldi catching up to the Fisher Racing car. He's going to go a lap up on. This isn't a clubhouse bend, of course, so out of Sunset. He's round. Oh, tries to pop it between them. Oh, and facing completely the wrong way, and there they come. Okay, so the first yellow flag was from this, and then the full-on accident. But that is Naldi not making it through the traffic, double impact. And that is the trio that are chasing him, led by Jahid Hutchinson, Boothby having to take avoiding action. In fact, he's just had an accident, so let's leave it on the replay and see what's going on here. So at this point, oh, he's behind Hutchinson. So he's lost a couple of positions here. Hutchinson having a bit of a wiggle out with Cheetah, goes round the outside, gets sandwiched, and takes a big double impact there. Gets sandwiched between a GT3 and a GT4 car, loses himself a little bit of time and a position. As Waster now finds himself up into third, or back to third place. So that's back where he started. Hutchinson now up into second place by way of the fact that Matteo Naldi for Oplight finds themselves now down in 5th position after that. So it's been all change on the podium. Massively. Hutchinson to second, Waster for LFM up to 3rd place. Foch still in 13th, Boothby up those 18 spots in the GT4s. The Yeet Esports car putting in some very quick laps at the minute. Petzold as well, doing not too bad at all. 23 seconds is the gap, so again finding time on the car behind despite taking a longer pit stop. We've got about another 20 minutes or so before they start coming back into the pits. Ooh, bit of a lock up at the top of the hill there as the Reptile Racing GT3 car goes through. Let's see what's happening up at the front of the grid. Oh, Waster all over the back of Hutchinson. He's right on the back of Hutchinson. Boothby hung out to dry in this battle. Again, I've said it multiple times, they're on top of some GT4 traffic once again. Looks like they've all handled it pretty handily though. Out with Sunset. Oh, in fact, that's Fisher Racing. That's a GT3 car ahead of them, sorry. So that is a GT3 that's currently ahead. Waster looking at a decent gap back to Boothby now as he looks at a decent gap to the car ahead of him. He's had a proper solid battle with his teammate Reinders as well, who's now down into 6th place. Waster, no drop down the order for him now though. Oh, throws it up the inside. Now that would have massively unsettled the car. It does look like he's got it running though, exactly as he needs to. Waster, oh wow, full commitment there, 2 wheels on the gravel, doesn't lose any time with the car ahead, although as I say that, the corner exit, the Nissan absolutely nailing it, no questions asked, and that is a good breakaway. He's not going to be giving up much slipstream there. Now let's check on Martins. He's all over the back of Meeks in the Honda, and so too Sir Foch. Still trying to get his way past Noguer, unable to do so far. He was half a second quicker than Noguer on that previous lap as well, but Noguer, he's looking good so far. yeah, love the sound of the engine bouncing off that wall. Sir Fosh 4/10 behind, heading through turn number 1. The King into turn 2 we go. Yep, gets close. He's gone for a wider entry. Good exit there, really making up some ground. That is the head up through the Juck size sweep, but another McLaren GT4 for them to contend with. That puts Sir Foss right back into the slipstream once again. Manzenko having a dream race so far for the Dive Bomb E-Squad. The Dive Bomb Squad Esports. What we're looking at now, yeah, fastest lap and a 23-second gap back to Hutchinson. And as you can see, he's not got that luxury. He's got LFM and 255 within a second and a half as the head across the start-finish line. Almost 2 hours into this one now. One more planned pit stop for all of the teams to get them to the end. And it's going to be quite staggered as well. A couple of teams have taken some slightly earlier pit stops, certainly in the GT4 class. Burke as well. For ACC Acute, their first pit stop was only 40 minutes. First stint was only 40 minutes. So they will have a much longer final stint than anyone else out on track. Louis Petzold still lapping away nicely. 22nd place overall, which is not too bad. We've only lost 2 cars. Dub's still in the pits and another one of the GT3s. Jacobian bringing up the back of the grid there. But the GT4's 27 seconds now. Seitz is behind. So yeah, Petzold really not messing about. Gaining back all that time. Sir Fosh, that went red on the timing delta there, so he is very close. Still very close. Oh, so is Boothby, Wasser and Hutchinson. Hutchinson under all kinds of pressure. It's a 3-way battle for second place then. And that is a good run through the final corner there for the Mustang, but again the Nissan with a very good exit moves over. And yeah, normally you will see the cars pull directly or pull straight in front of the GT4s as quickly as possible to stop their opponents getting any kind of slipstream advantage. He's going to be driving the absolute wheels off that Nissan to keep these 2 Mustangs behind. He's had a phenomenal start to the race, has Hutchinson for Visceral. Up 6 places overall and onto the podium. He's got 2 seriously quick drivers behind him, looking to steal that spot from him. Now again with the yellow flag, it's the first 1.3 down, so I'm wondering slightly awry overtake attempt there, potentially. But certainly that gap stretching back out. Won't stretch in the gap here though. Hutchinson will be counting every single second now to that next pit stop. It's a fair bit of time. It'll be at least 15 minutes the drivers need to stay out for to make sure they're within that final 48 minutes. Oh, how long is he going to be able to fend these 2 off for? Driver's got the headlights absolutely full beam at the minute. It's again, it's for anyone that is just joining in. Oh, and that's a big touch with the GT4, and that's going to upset the apple cart hugely, and it's almost going to upset the podium standings. It has, as Sasha Wasner has fortuitously taken the spot, although is he going to come right back up? He's going to stay round the outside of the final corner, and it's going to bring Boothby in. Surely this is exactly what Boothby was waiting on. He is going to be gifted. Yep, he's... Oh, and they've made contact there as he was pulling out from behind the GT4. He was absolutely boxed in. Some clever strategy by the drivers there as they got the Mercedes. Big opening of the corner there from Boothby. Looks to go up the inside. Gets a good rotation on the car. They've got the Mercedes GT4 just going past them. Or just going past. They've just gone past, sorry. And up the hill out of Barbecue is... 6/10 of a second separating the final 2 spots on the podium, and a third driver as well. As I say, 3-way battle for second place. It's currently Wasner that's got himself up 2 seconds, so that is a net gain for Wasner. Started in third Dropped quite a few positions over the race, it's safe to say. And with just over an hour to go, finds himself in second. Hutchinson, though, will have a fair bit to say about that, so too will Boothby. It's been quite the tussle between these top drivers so far, and Reinders. And these two were second and third at one point, and now find themselves in fourth and fifth place. So they will be keen to take back positions, and Reinders certainly down 2 on where he started. Naldi down a few as well. Wrong place, wrong time, got collected. And found himself facing completely the wrong way. And watching the group that we were just watching go absolutely flying past. Let's see what the two Mustangs have got on the start-finish straight. 1 hour 59 minutes and 30 seconds into this one, and it is as close as you can get. And in fact, Hutchinson couldn't get any closer. Oh wow, through turn number 2 and 3, up the chuck side sweep. Hutchinson absolutely sandwiched between the two Mustangs for the Nissan driver. He has gone full offense and defense at the same time. Boothby, they've got a nice bit of breathing space back, 7 seconds back, and of course that back behind them by 7 seconds is Naldi and Reinders, who are chasing down their own little battle in 5th position. Reinders looking like he's got the upper hand in that one. Servosh still over the back of Noguer as well. Noguer still beating him off, and Petzold. Oh, yellow flag for Petzold. I was just about to say he's 27 seconds, so still gaining time. Oh, and that's a clumsy rejoin from Maluti there. We'll see what happened with Petzold in a second as well. But Maluti, oh, this is coming towards Cheetah. Oh, he's, yep, looked a bit exuberant there. That did look like he was carrying a bit much pace, and we'll see what's happened. We'll stay on the replays. This is the GT4 race leader. Just lapping one of the GT4 McLarens there. That's carrying a bit of damage. Climbs over that inside curb, and that could have a bit of an impact on the race lead. Oh, now it's not gone too bad. 6 seconds he's lost. So yeah, looks like he's lost 6 seconds there, so we'll see what the time difference is between the two of them when they cross the line. Let's see what's happening still with this podium. Oh, and he's just been tagged. He's absolutely just been taken out there. Big hit on the back there, Lee Petzold. It's been such a clean race for him so far. There's a whole lot of GT3s go through, and that is going to cost him even more time. Oh yeah, the gap now down to 15-16 seconds. So that's another 8 seconds, and just to rub a bit of salt in the wind, he is back behind the car that collected him at this very corner, not but a lap ago. Wow, so I wonder, we might even see some penalties coming in for this. But yeah, that was certainly the top 3 making their way through. And it has brought them even closer. Reinders still all over the back of Naldi as well. Wow, very close to that sausage curb there. There's a Fisher racing car in the foreground on the way first. On the way into the final turn first. And yeah, Soren Burr. Oh, now. Surely he's close enough to try a full send up the inside. He is. Naldi opens up the corner looking for the cutback. He's going to just about be... No, he's not going to be close enough. Oh, not quite able to get it done. Out with the last through the first 2-3 corners. And that is Reinders back up to 5th position. Waster now with a second back to Hutchinson. Oh, Naldi straight back at Reinders maybe. They've still got the blue flag just ahead of them. We'll see what happens there in a moment. Louis Petzl, more importantly, has just lost another 9 seconds. So that's 15 seconds he's lost in 2 laps. He's now only got about 11 seconds. But that could put a big dent in their strategy. It really could. Sir Foch still trying to get past Noikea. Still looks ridiculously close. Still not quite able to get past though. Noikea having a solid battle. We do have a battle going on down at the back of the GT4 field as well. Akabua, who are doing quite well in the championship, VS Corsa as well. Battling for the final. Oh, wow. That was interesting. Certainly went full send into the mineshaft there. That's the Reptile racing car going past. Oh yeah, he was on full steer, but with the pace he was carrying, I don't think he was ever going to make that corner, to be fair. So yeah, Akabua might be picking up a little bit of a penalty there. We'll see what the stewards have to say. Sir Foch is still being told you shall not pass by the Mustang ahead of him. The La Vega missile car has been quite the battle between the two of these. I'm sure they're both absolutely loving it. Let's look up the inside, nothing doing. Yeah, it's going to be as you were for the next lap as well, or certainly the next couple of sectors. Still comfortably in the lead, it is Manzenko for Dive Bomb Squad. Still 20 seconds ahead of second place. 17 minutes left of his stint. What was that, 44? 37 minutes left of the race he'll have. If he runs it right to the fullest, of course, he can come in the next 8 minutes. Let's see what Waster can do against Hutchinson. Hutchinson up into second place. Is he going to be able to hold on to it though from Wasner in the slipstream at the turn around? He stays out wide. Leaves more than enough space for Wasner, but yeah, holds himself a good wide line, carries a lot of momentum, disappears off of the hill with Boothby still chasing them both. Dufresne with a bit of a yellow flag. I think he might be carrying a bit of damage as well after that impact with the wayward GT4 not so long ago. Let's see if Boothby is getting close. He is indeed. Down to 8 tenths between these three once again. And Boothby the one doing the double chasing once again. Sasha Wasner will jump into his Mustang to get a good view. So yeah, still close there, still close with Sir Foch as well. That's the two closest battles that we've got on track at the minute, and they're certainly keeping one another comfy. Although as I say that, I've just noticed there, Huge looking to get into the top 5. That's a lot of damage for the Apex Predators. In fact, I think they have just been overtaken by their sister car, Aaron Reigns, behind the wheel there. Other Janetta, he's ahead. Oh, Zeitz with a big bounce off the wall. Oh, so it's gone the other way. Yeah, so let's see what's happening. There's this down, yep, through the S's, so up towards the mine shaft. Looks like GT3 headlights closing in. Yes, it is. Oh, that's Samir 4. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a strange one. I'm not sure if he got a bit of lag there, but he just seemed to dive right over the other side. Oh, he thought he was going to hit the Mercedes, so he tried to pull to the outside. He's ended up making a huge contact there. And that is, so let Samir Foss through. So Foss then back up to 12th place. All the while, the GT3 race leader mounting those exit curves out with barbecue. Absolutely no fear, clearly. He's got a 23-second gap now back to Hutchinson and the chasing pack. Hutchinson still being chased by a pack that consists of Wassner and Boothby, the LFM and 255 drivers. Are absolutely in the hunt and not giving this one up at all. They've been through thick and thin together so far. And we're 2 minutes away from cars being able to come into the pit and finish the race, thereby clearing that 48-minute stint. In fact, we'll check and see. Yeah, 13 minutes, so yeah, 36 minutes will be left for the race leader at maximum. That's Reinders now getting a good breakaway from Naldi, 2 seconds up the road there. Wassner. Oh, he's still putting on all kinds of pressure onto Hutchinson. These will all be coming into the pit stops soon as well. Oh, and the GT4 car's drifted over after mounting the curb on the inside there, and that's brought the two of them very close, and that is how close the GT4's got. There's been contact, the GT4 spun, and he's almost collected Boothby. Boothby with a worldie of a save there. Manages to avoid the wayward GT4 and wayward Sasha Wassner. Have all survived, and all that's done is given Hutchinson the kind of breakaway you can only dream of in this situation. The Nissan's been quick out of the last corner all night, but that is certainly a gap that he wouldn't have expected at this stage. Track down to 15 degrees and the wind is up to 4 kilometres, so the wind is up. The track temperature is down. Oh, yeah, no, all survived. That looked a bit close there. Boothby is certainly close to Wassner now. So it's ping-ponging this battle back and forward. Oh, Noguer with another yellow flag. So he is carrying a bit of damage. Come on, cameraman. And I think that is, yep, the GT4 race leader he's got ahead of him. Wow, what a night these two have had. They got back up to 17 seconds, so the 15 seconds that Petzold lost. Zeitz has lost a bit of time as well, to say the least. And that's going to let the Mustang fly by. Whoa. Pulled way over off the racing line. Reptile racing with a yellow flag. Well, it just maybe popped off track for a second there to go past the GT4. We've still got this fascinating battle. It is effectively, well, it's now a two-way battle for third. Or is it Hutchinson 8/10 ahead, but we know what the Nissan's party piece is. It is say goodbye out of the last corner, and once again out of the last corner, the Nissan, it's say bye-bye. 1 minute 40.7 for Hutchinson, 40.6 for Wassner and Boothby. And in fact, a 42.0 for Manzenko. Now, so he's dropped a bit of pace on that last lap. fair bit of traffic once again to get through. Boothby still within 4/10. Burke for ACC Acute Racing. He is closing in on Ole Shepherd as well for the Shepherd Endurance team. These two keeping it close at the minute. We've not seen any more drive-throughs. Nope, no more drive-throughs. Boothby, we're going to see some overtaking here though. Down the mine shaft you go once again. It's the two Mustangs that battle it out while the Nissan breaks away. Oh, and as I say, the Nissan breaks away. The Mustangs close right up on the back. But of course the Nissan will once again get out of the last corner and absolutely fly away. There is Michael Burke, in fact, coming into the pits. So just as he's catching up to Shepherd, that's 45 minutes left, so yep, plenty of time to spare on that final stint timer. In fact, let's see. Oh, it's Reinders has come into the pits. So Reinders for LFM, they've come in as well. Nalde's stayed out. Manzenko still has a hand in front of it. 8 minutes left. So yeah, Manzenko has still got 8 minutes. So plenty of time for him. As Burns has come into the pits as well, and I think that's Zeitz in. No, it's not. Oh yeah, sorry, Zeitz has been in the pits, but was only in for 8 seconds. So splash and dash for Zeitz. Yeah, so Zeitz has come in. Where are we? 43 minutes that stint was. So an opening stint of 43 minutes and third stint 43 minutes. Final stint is going to be just over that, but again, only stationary for 8 seconds. So clearly only taking on fuel. We'll see how the rest of the teams react to that. That puts Carlett back up into second. Lee Petzold into the pits. Lee Petzold in the lead. Now these two were what, 17 seconds apart, both of them having issues. It's been absolutely, oh well, actually in saying that, Zeitz did have some early issues. But Petzold was running very good. And then got caught up in a couple of things. As we see Boothby just in time to see him go up the inside of turn number 2. And that is a very nice move by Boothby. Gets the job done on Wassner, who I'm sure will come straight back at him if he can. Out with barbecue. Oh, Boothby absolutely unleashed then. Now he's got 1.8 seconds now. So Hutchinson doing well while these two were battling. He's pulled away as much as he can. Wassner still trying to hold on to that slipstream. He's still well within range, as we see. There is Hutchinson. First one, of course, down into the S's. There's Nürnberger coming into the pits. Final pits. Take my teeth out, put them in the correct way around it. Final pit stop for the Dynamic Motorsports by Kyalami's team. Another team with a bit of an up and down race so far. We'll see what the final stint brings for them. Zahentner, that's another team that's been a bit up and down. They're coming in from 12th place. Nürnberg comes in as well. Carlett. Oh, Carlett Racing. That's not what they needed just before their final pit stop. Oh, and any plans that they might have had to do a quick splash and dash, that's out the window with the damage they're going to have to repair. Now with Clubhouse Bend, that's just too much. Yeah, if you've driven this course, you knew straight away as soon as you passed the apex, too much speed out on the gravel. Although I'm saying damage, the GT4s are a lot less susceptible to damage than the GT3 brethren, but there's some clear separation between the bonnet and the front bumper wing section. It's looking a bit devastated, to be fair. Shepherd on his way out of the pits. Wassner still within 4/10, and Boothby's closed up 8/10 of a second on Hutchinson. There you can see what he's looking at there. Manzenko. He's got 5 minutes left. Yep, just under 5 minutes left of his stint. Matteo Naldi is still ahead of Reinders. Lehtinen has taken his pit stop. So the Wild Things racing car back out in 7th place. With Dufresne still to stop, so that's a good comeback for them. Lucas Busick has taken his pit stop as well. 32 seconds for the Dynamic Motorsports by Callanin's car, so they've swapped drivers again. But certainly through that pit stop phase, it's gone well for Lehtinen. Reinders ahead of him. We'll see what the gap is to Naldi. It's only 15 seconds. Yeah, so these two could both see themselves taking a spot when he comes into the pits. I'm not sure they're going to catch Wassner on the gang. Will certainly be a bit closer. Manzenko 20 seconds ahead, so has lost a bit of time coming towards the end of the stint, but won't be overly feeling the pressure. Still got 5 minutes left of his stint, so only going to have 35 minutes left for that final stint. We've got more movers and shakers on their way in and out of the pits. Thomas Kuhl for ACC Acute, he's just taken over. Oh, and the GT4 race leader ahead of him, but so too is La Vegaman Missiles Porsche. And he is looking very quick since coming out of the pits. These two cars both taken their final planned pit stop. Blake Bunny coming in for their final planned pit stop. Such bad luck for Carla Racing as well. They were looking so good in 2nd place. And now outside the top 5, couple of cars ahead to take their pits, so could make back a spot or two. But certainly Apex Predators will be eyeing themselves up a podium after a difficult race. That would be a very good result. Oh, and Petzold as well just did a splash and dash. Took on slightly more fuel. Maybe had a little bit of damage to repair. So yeah, 13 seconds he was stationary. Zeitz was stationary for 8 seconds. Noguera and Florenti coming in to the pits. The two of them are now 11 seconds apart. Wow, this could be very close between these two come the end of the race. Manzenko will be coming out the pits pretty shortly. What order will the rest of the podium be in? When he does, that is the big question. These drivers will be in at the end of this lap as well, I think. Is Hutchinson going to be holding on to 2nd place when he crosses that pit line? Boothby up 19 spots overall to 3rd place. Himself and Samir Foch again both starting at the back of the GT3 grid. Foch up to 11th. Although I believe he has taken all 3 of his pit stop. No, he's not. He's still got a pit stop to take. He does still have a pit stop to take. Oh, Boothby dropping back ever so slightly. I wonder how they are for track warnings actually. I'm saying I've not seen many more drive-throughs. But yeah, this is not an easy track to keep it clean. Especially when you're trying to maximise the pace. Especially when you're trying to maximise your pace down to your lap after lap. Race leader comes in. Slightly earlier than he needed to. He could have stayed out for another lap. Had enough time on the timer. Let's see what Hutchinson does. In reply. Oh, yep, they're all coming in. Hutchinson in, Boothby in, pit lane camera please, there we go. Wassner comes in. Look at how close these 3 are. Oh, I'm actually really tempted just to stay on board and see who leaves first. So we're on board with Wassner. He can see the other 2 ahead of him. Yeah, no, that's going to be a long 30 seconds, so we won't do that. Naldi comes in to the pits as well, so does Reinders. Lettinen has already been in the pits but comes in again. Oh, it was for a drive-through, they had a drive-through. So that's Lettinen back in the pits. Oh, Hutchison is moving. So is Wassner. Boothby stationary. Oh no, he's not. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong car. And they've come back out in exactly the same order they went in, with exactly the same gap as when they came in. And they all took on tyres and fuel. So yeah, they've all taken on tyres as well. Yeah, that would be a bit long for one set of tyres around here. Sir Fosh in the pits, Martin's in the pits, Busak has been in the pits, so he's looking to catch up to Sir Fosh and the gang ahead. It looks like he's going to get back ahead of Fosh. Lettinen will be a car too far for him though, as Busak comes round the last corner, so confirmed. Lettinen will be ahead of him. So only a net loss of one position for the Wild Things Racing team. They certainly lost a few. And great comeback considering they've had a drive-through penalty. That is not too bad at all. Straight out of the pits, these three commence their battle, and it is right on top of one another. In fact, Hutchinson, despite spending less time stationary than his opponents, has lost a bit of time through that pits. The gap was about 1 second, and now that they're out, there's 0.7 of a second separating these three cars, as you can clearly see on screen. Oh, they really do throw it around that penultimate corner. I want to tell you what, he's thrown it through that final corner as well. Good exit once again by the Nissan and by Boothby. Wassner doing his best to hang on. The slipstream's really going to kick in just past the kink, but it's not going to be enough when they get into the braking zone. Manzenko 21 seconds ahead, so not skipped a beat through the pit stops. So great turnaround in the pits for the race leader, and looking good to bring this one home. 34 minutes left. He is going to have constant traffic, although as I say that, it does look like he's got a bit of a gap to the next GT4 car. Well, I say gap, relatively speaking, the way this race has gone so far. Those would actually be considered decent gaps. Let's see what Boothby can do. He looks like the man on fire at the minute. He's eyeing up second place. The second place that Jaid Hutchison for Visceral has fought tooth and nail for. Started in 8th place in the Nissan, and has had a solid ascent through the field. That ascent has been somewhat eclipsed though by Boothby. 19 spots he's made it up, and looking at second place, I think he's definitely too far back to be considering a charge for the win. I think Manzenko, barring some kind of, I don't know, act of God almost, he is looking good to bring this one home. Let's see who is going to be joining him on the podium. Currently Visceral and 255 LFM just down the road. Oh, Dufresne. Oh, the Honda facing completely the wrong way. Oh, and Sir Fosh has been collected there as well. That's Sir Fosh in the background facing the wrong way. Oh, here comes Sir Fosh through here. Oh, Clubhouse Bend, he's tapped the back of that GT4, he's in the middle of the road, and that's a GT4 contacted there. Another GT4's gone round. And yes, Sir Fosh, is he car 110? So here is Sir Fosh's take on the whole thing. Comes into sunset, he's got the Barmenia car round the outside of the GT4, massively unsettled, but manages to hold it. Oh, and the Aston has clipped Yeah, so the Aston is hitting the stationary Honda, which is then... the momentum has then carried the car round to collect Sir Fosh's Mustang. And that now sees him dropping back down to 13th position. Still up 10. But certainly not as high up as he has been. Wrong place, wrong time once again. Sasha Waster, he'll be considering himself in the right place at the right time. He is right on the back of these three once again. And yeah, last minute move over there from Boothby. And the move, yeah, see what I mean? That's the way to do it. Pull back in front of the GT4 car so the car chasing can't get any slipstream. Exactly what they've just done. Oh, it's had little to no effect on how close Wassner got into turn number 2 there through barbecue. It's going to be absolutely nip and tuck once again. More of the exit curve being used there by Hutchinson. They're going to have side-by-side GT4s to deal with. Oh no, sorry, GT4 and a GT3 ahead of them, so it's only going to be one car at a time. The GT3 first, that looks like Callet Racing. They have got themselves back up to 3rd place. Despite that big contact, Callet have got themselves back up to 3rd in the GT4s. Although just as I say that, there's a yellow flag for them. No, that's just for these three cars going past. A solid race by these three so far. Oh, Alex Martins. Oh no. Yeah, big contact there for Martins. Oh, looks like another couple of cars have been caught up in that as well. So this is it to turn at number 2. Oh wow, the GT4 almost collecting another GT3 there. Yeah, even with the filter you can see just how dark it is on track. And believe me, we've got a monster filter that makes it look a lot brighter than it actually is. Full flashing lights from the Ferrari trying to get past. Boothby still trying to get past Hutchinson. No joy so far. And ACC Occult. They've still got the La Vega Missile Porsche just ahead of them. So it could be a bit of a change in position here just on the outside of the top 15. We've got Petzold for Dynamic MS Youngsters. A great race for them. Qualified in 3rd. Now find themselves in 1st place and have been. They did a quick drive-through for their first pit stop, which gained them 23 seconds. They lost 15 in incidents. They're now 12 seconds ahead of Zeitz, and they're matching one another lap for lap. 1 minute 50.8 for both of the cars at the top of the GT4 grid. Oh, bit of a flash there. Callet Racing is still holding on to 3rd, despite picking up that damage. 12 seconds behind them is Orcapos Racing with Apex Predators in 5th position. Marquez for Desmo, 9th place, and all over the back of the Lynx Racing team. Now they've had a phenomenal race. They started at the back of the GT4 grid and now find themselves inside the top 10. A 16th place jump up the field, not too shabby at all. Is it going to be one place back down though? Question at the moment. There we go. Ferrari just coming through. That was Florenti Live for Race. Makes it through very nicely indeed. That is the battle with Marquez. We've still got a solid battle going on up at the podium. And it was Boothby that was all over the back of Hutchinson. It's now swung the other way, and it's Finlay Wassner who is absolutely piling on the pressure of Boothby at the moment. Yeah, again, Hutchinson, absolute phenomenal race for him. Oh, and Wassner, look how close he's getting in that braking zone. This really is going to come down to who makes their way through the traffic better. Oh, as you see, another GT4 is getting in the way. Wassner, big send up the inside of the final corner. Boothby saw it coming. He's on his left room at the very last second, but he's on the outside line, so he's got more grip, able to carry more speed, and does manage to hang on to the position for the moment. But Wassner, oh no, he's not coming back up in the slipstream along the start-finish straight. He is a bit too far behind, but that has put Boothby now back. Oh no, he's not closer to Hutchinson than he is to Wassner. It's pretty much exactly the same gap. As another GT4 pops out the way. Ooh, through the gap we go. Nicely done. Another GT4, and yep, this is all playing at the hands of Boothby now. Hutchinson feeling the pressure from behind. Yep, 7/10 he is behind that. The GT4s, it is still the top two leading the way. They're 11 seconds apart with 25 minutes left to go. We've got 90 laps under the belt of the GT3 drivers. And 82. Yeah, 82, so 9 lap difference with 24 minutes left to go. So we'll get just over that 10 lap mark. So that just really goes to show how often and how many times the cars go past, the classes go past one another, especially with the difference in pit times. It's a bit of a smoke screen kicked up there by Hutchinson, doesn't deter Wassner though. Out of the last corner, once again it is the Nissan. Hutchinson has got that thing on absolute rails through there. Although, as I've said, that doesn't quite get the same breakaway that he's had so far in the race. These two are definitely closer so far than they have been so far. Out of turn at number 2. Can Boothby use this to his advantage? He is still a second down. 24 minutes left to go though, so plenty of time for these three to try and sort this one out. Samir Foch on the ascendancy once again. He is closing in on Norberg there in 12th place. After getting unfortunately collected. Again, wrong place, wrong time. Oh, and speaking of wrong place, wrong time, that slow motion racing finding themselves all at sea through the S's. Oh, looks like it's a little bit of driver error. No one around them. Oh, that almost looked like an equipment failure. Oh no, but he's running straight away again. Yeah, maybe just missed his brakes, but either way, bouncing off that wall. Where is Hughes? He is still running. He's trying to close up the bench in the head. The Apex Predators down 2, but looking to regain some spots. He's got a big job on his hands, over 15 seconds to make up. Yeet Motorsports are within 4 seconds of Buckholz though. Looking to get closer to that top 5. All the blue flags still firmly waving. Still 11 seconds between the top 2, and 52 seconds down is Carlett Racing. So it really has all been about Cryonics and Dynamic MS Youngsters. It's easy to see why they're leading the championship. And let's see who's leading the way in the GT3s. Wassner is watching once again as Boothby trying to get himself up into second place. Manzenk with 22 seconds ahead with 22 minutes left to go. Oh, and it's bouncing all over that curve. That surely doesn't help with the steering or the acceleration. And they've gotten very close indeed, as we see one of the GT4 battles. And that is Cryonics in second place. They'll be keen to avoid any contact this time around, and they do so. Wassner makes it through as well. Hopefully you can see that in the side mirror. It's incredible the drivers can see anything. So that beautiful view off in the distance though. Down the hill we go, and the gap's gone back in the way of Hutchinson. Here comes Wassner once again. It is still ping-ponging between these three, as Manzenko is just absolutely tearing away now. The gap just peaking at 23 seconds. And in fact, Wassner, the quicker of these three drivers by half a second on that previous lap. This Heat Motorsports and Mercedes just very quickly getting out of the way. And out the last corner once again, tail as old as time. Bye bye Nissan. Leaving the Mustangs to battle it out. Gets close, but Boothby, no slouch on that exit. And that is, of course, Petzold, the leader of the GT4s. Once again getting caught. In fact, he's already got Wassner past him as well. Very nicely done by all concerned there. Really has been an absolutely incredible drive for the Maserati team. Or the Dynamic team, sorry, driving the Maserati. No Ford Club this week. They've been their main championship rivals. Not appearing this week. A few drop rounds for the teams to use, of course. So this is definitely going to be one for Ford, but it's going to could potentially hurt their standings. Overall, you want to get as many scores in as you can, just in case, because as we've seen so far, racing can happen. Zeitz, wow, he's really closed that gap in fact. Oh, Petzold with a 1 minute 55.6. That is a slow lap. Oh, he's had an accident. Oh, in fact, is this one that we've already seen? Oh no, I don't think it is. That's the Brake Bunny Mustang. Oh, really caught him on the way into Sunset. Oh, a bit of lag there. Okay, so it was just a minor touch. I think it was more of a lag thing than anything else. It doesn't seem to be any other instance, but whatever. I mean, sorry, whatever it was, it cost him 5 seconds on his lap time. He's just got it back into the 1 minute 51.7s, but that's still over a second and a half, almost a second and a half slower than Cryonics. We're in for a grandstand finish here. Under the 6 seconds. Samir Foch still looking for positions as well as Norberg. He's got ahead of him in the minute. The West Competition Racing team leading the way in the championship in this one. Well down the order tonight though. Ooh, Wassner's now 2 seconds behind Boothby. Nothing on the incident reporter either. Oh, he's at 1 minute 41.2. So something has definitely held him up. Whatever it was, the rest of the field certainly won't be overly saddened by that, although I think Naldi is a bit far back. Although Naldi has got back ahead because Reinders has served a drive-through for track limits. Yep, Reinders has fallen foul of the track limits. So that's put him well behind Naldi. 13 seconds. So big gap there. I wonder if any of the top four have got any penalties or are close to getting a drive-through. Again, it's very easy to do so here. In fact, I wonder if that's what's going on with Wassner. I wonder if he's up to... if he's one penalty away from getting a drive-through, so he's just kind of taking it a bit easier. Make sure he brings it home, because the drive-through would see Naldi go past. Oh, Boothby still absolutely stuck to Hutchinson like glue. 95 laps in, Hutchinson up 6, Boothby up 19. Is it going to stay that way, or is it going to be 20 and 5 for the two of them respectively? We've got 16 minutes to find out. Down the mine shaft to go again. The Nissan, just those corner exits, just absolutely decimates the Mustang. It is barely even a contest. Bear with me a moment, quick final pit stop for me, although I've got a lot of yellow flags popping up there. Oh yeah, one of the GT4s ended up off track. Samir Foss nearly getting caught out again. Oh, and Florenti looking close. The Reptile Racing car coming under all kinds of pressure. They were on the way up for most of the race, and it is now on the way down in the closing stages. Or is it the Ferrari unable to hold the line on the outside? Oh, and that's the second and third is coming up to them. So that is the battle between Hutchinson and Boothby. Oh, Reptile Racing find themselves off track down into the S as the blue flags wave. Hutchinson's going to get through. Boothby is going to have to wait to the top of the hill by the look of it. Florenti not in the battle that he was looking for. There we go. He did manage to hold it though. The Reptile car did not, unfortunately for them. Let's see what's going on with the GT4s. They're now 3 seconds apart. They are getting very close. Right, quick pit stop for me, back in a moment. Here we go then, final 13 minutes. We've got another follow there as well. Garrido. Welcome in, Garrido. Thank you very much for the follow. Team 404 there in the race. Welcome into the chat as well. Ooh, looks like Sir Fosh. It's now Martins that he is behind. Norberg getting past Martins after all that to and fro a moment ago. So Foss still looking to get into 12th. This time it's at the expense of Martin. Not close enough there into turn number 2. Oh, Hutchinson with the yellow flag. So let's see into the final corner. Oh, a little bit of a touch from the Mercedes there, almost unsettling his car completely. Boothby, now I wonder if he suffered the same fate as Wasner on the penalty front. That gap now 1.3 seconds. Or is it just the traffic that he's getting out of the way of? Or is it just traffic He's making his way through. Either way, the gap is going in the favour of Hutchinson for the first time in a couple of laps. All still going the way of Manzenko. He's just on 1 minute 40.2. And he's got the fastest lap of a 39.6. So he is looking quick and consistent. Only got 11 minutes left to go to bring home the win in round number 8. Not many rounds left to go. This is going to shake up the championship standings, though, especially with Fisher. Only got one car finishing so far down the order. Oh, Naldi with an exclamation mark. Let's not pick up any drive-throughs. Leighton for Wild Things, 7th position. So only losing one position despite a drive-through. That's not too bad at all. Certainly not a result to be sneezed at, that's for sure. Let's see how Petzold and Zeitz are getting on. That gap was down to 3 seconds, and it's down to 4/10 of a second with 10 minutes left to go. Wow, so I'm not sure what's going on with Petzold, but Zeitz is on an absolute charge and is now looking for the race win with 10 minutes left to go. Incredibly close between these two. Renier in 16th place trying to get past Kull. Lots of chat popping up. We've got a joint chat with the German channel as well. Oh, and he is so close. He is looking a lot quicker than the Maserati at the minute. Both of them just taking on fuel in their last pit stop. It was the Honda. Oh, and it's almost caught the Maserati out there. Petzold, nicely done. Can Zeitz take the position? Oh, Bat's back with a yellow flag. He's in 3rd. He's already had a bit of damage. No, he's fine. So he's all good there. Let's see what's going on with Zeitz. Quick check on Boothby. 1.3 second down. Waxner 2 seconds down. Oh, and he's brazenly going to try the round it outside the turn number 2. No, Maserati using all the track. He's got the racing line up through the jump side, sweeping into barbecue. Which one of them is going to come out cooking? Sorry, terrible. But this is really close now for the GT4 race win. Miss Youngsters have had a great race as well, but the team that took pole position, they haven't led since lap 1. They led a few corners and then find themselves down into 3rd place. And with 10 minutes left to go, they find themselves under the rear spoiler of the lead car, and they're looking the quicker of the two, that's for sure. Norberg and Martins with a bit of a yellow flag, so Foster still trying to get the overtake there. Boothby within a second still. Solid amounts of traffic to deal with as well, so that could still change. Let's see what's going on though with Zeitz and Petzold. Petzold once again looking very quick. Here comes the Barmenia Aston Martin. Oh, he's giving him a big spin. It's absolutely unsettled the Maserati and the Cryonics team. You can only do what you can only do, and all they could do was avoid contact and sail into the lead. And Petzold, who was fending him off there, takes contact from Aston. Oh, he's sideways out in the last corner, just holds on to it. He's lost so much momentum there, and that has cost him the lead of the race. It was a precarious lead to say the least, the way Cryonics were running. But that is Cryonics. What is that now? 2 hours and 52 minutes into the race. Have retaken the lead with 7 minutes left to go. That is what you call timing. Oh, and he's off again. Petzold was off again. Oh no, this is the previous one. Yeah, wow, Petzold is 9 seconds down. So this was the initial contact that swapped the lead of the race. I mean, he does really well to hold on to that there, but then there's been a further contact as well out on the way out with turn number 2. And he's found himself facing the wrong way again. And Petzold now 15 seconds down on Zeitz. Wow, what a turnaround in the space of a lap. He's now 15 seconds down. Oh, Boothby within half a second. 4/10. Oh, as that's Petzold once again off track, this time at the S's. Throwing himself out of the way of the cars ahead, or the cars coming from behind. Is that played into the hands of Boothby? Well, we've got 6 minutes left to go. And Boothby really hunting down that second place now. Can the Visceral car fend off? Of course, the car numbers. That is the ranking in the lobby. So 101 is ranked 1, Hutchison ranked 8th, and Manzenko ranked 2nd. Waster 3rd, ranked 3rd, and he is currently in 4th place. So Jahid Hutchison, he is going to get himself some serious ELO for this. That is for absolutely sure. Even if Boothby does get past, but I'm sure he's going to fight tooth and nail to make sure he doesn't. The Nissan versus the Mustang, the battle we never knew we needed. Manzenko, he's just battling him with himself in the Honda. The track down to 14 degrees. So getting a bit on the grainy side of the tyres. And Petzold's in the pits. Petzold is stationary in the pits. And Carl Racing takes 2nd place. Wow, what's going on with Petzold? I can't see his name being mentioned in the German chat there, but I'm not sure what that says. If anyone can quickly translate, that would be very good. Petzold on his way back out. And that is a full pit stop he's taken as well. Wow. The GT4 Championship leaders, it's gone absolutely downhill in the closing laps. That is crazy. Petzold back out in 4th place. Reigns has managed to squeeze ahead of him, which I could show you in a minute. Sorry, he's in 5th place. The Apex Predators and Orcapoos have both got ahead. Petzold right on the back of Reigns though. Wow, can he get himself back up to 4th? He's got 4 minutes left to do so. George Boothby still trying to get himself up to 2nd place. He is all over the back of Hutchinson. He is soaking up this pressure. He's not really got much choice, to be fair. If he doesn't, this is definitely a sink or swim type moment, and he is swimming. That is for sure. He's holding his lap times as well. 1 minute 40.7. Manzenko taking it a bit easy now over the front. He's done a 1 minute 41.1. So yeah, easing off ever so slightly, not by much though. Still doing some absolutely serious probing there as Boothby for 255. Desperate to get himself up into 2nd place. Hutchison desperate to hold on to it though. It would be a great victory. You bring home the 2nd place. It has been an absolutely solid battle for the podium, final podium positions since the race started. Unlike the GT4s, the GT3 pole sitter has run off. Flashing lights here just to let the blue flag know that he is coming as well. 2 of them in fact. Doesn't quite get to use as much of the corner exit as the Nissan does, and that just accentuates the pace difference the Nissan's got out of that final corner. It's been the only really predictable thing so far in the race, and that is the Nissan will win the race out of the last corner. Let's see, Petzold has got himself past Reims. So he's back up to 4th place. Orcapos. Let's see what kind of gap they've got. 20 seconds ahead. Wow, yeah, that's Looks like damage limitation limited there. Petrol, I don't think he's going to make up many more places. We've got Sir Foch still looking for a late overtake, although he's just come past some more GT4 traffic, and that has separated him out that little bit again. Boothby still within 3 tenths. With 1 minute 30 to go. Where is the race leader? Oh, look how much quicker he was there. Couldn't quite get the overtake though. And there's the leader on the final lap. He's just coming up to the GT3 and the GT4 back marker there. That is the Barmenia car. One of the cars on a big recovery drive. Let's see how they go on. Ooh, cars going left, right and centre there, Manzenko. That would have been the full squeaky bum moment there. Oh, Dufresne with the yellow flag. I think he was caught up in that as well, but we're going to have to keep an eye still on Boothby and Hutchinson, and it looks like it's going in Hutchinson's favour. 8 tenths is now the gap. So that really has gone in his favour. Still a yellow flag for Dufresne. Croce as well for Fisher. He's making back a position as well after a tough start. But we are into the final few corners. And it is going to be a lights to flag race for Dive Bomb Squad Esports. They took pole position. They've got the fastest lap in the race as well. Yep, they've held on to that. The Honda proving all-conquering here in Kyalami, and it is absolutely flawless from Ilya Manzenko, one of 30 drivers doing this race solo today. 3 hours behind the wheel, and it is Dive Bomb Squad Esports taking the top spot for the GT3s, and it will be visceral. After starting in 8th, they're going to bring home 2nd place. What a battle they had with 255 competitions. George Boothby. He comes home in 3rd place. Sasha Wassner in 4th position. And rounding out the top 5, it will be Naldi for Oplight. They started up in 2nd, an unfortunate incident for them. They have had a good recovery. And in the GT4s, what a drive it's been. Ben Zeitz for Cryonics took the fastest lap in qualifying. Hasn't taken the fastest lap in the race. But will bring home the win. Only led for 9 minutes of the race, but sees the checkered flag first. Phenomenal race for Cryonics. Not far behind. Oh, in fact, sorry, just coming down the hill is in fact Cal Racing. They're going to take 2nd place. Petzl's already been given the checkered flag in 4th position ahead of Ramsden Park. Naldi Reinders for LFM got 6th. Leitonen for Wild Things Racing, that took me a second. In 7th, Lucas Busak for Dynamic by Callange. They've got themselves 8th place. And around the last corner there is the Cal Racing team taking the checkered flag for 2nd. And rounding out the podium, and not too far behind them either, is Orcapose Racing. What a race that was. Let me just grab the replay. Yeah, let's get some highlights of that one. So yeah, best finish for a team with more than one driver was Busick and Nürnberger finishing in 8th in the GT3s. In the GT4s, Park and Noble in the McLaren finishing in 6th, just ahead of Yeet. Benson and Error finishing 6th and 7th place. So yeah, great drive all round. Let's see. The results not quite up as yet. I think we do need everyone to jump out of the server. But yeah, the Honda all conquering. Honda, Nissan, and then 4 Mustangs, and then a Honda. So yeah, the dominant cars there. In fact, 3 Hondas in the top 10. So incredible drive. I don't think anyone is still out on track. Oh, Nogueira at the end got a drive-through penalty. Oh, and he dropped out. So yeah, we lost Nogueira, Dubs, and Vilga for URT. That is the server closed. So yeah, we should get the results up any moment now. Let me just close down some of this unnecessary stuff for the moment. And let's just have a look and see. There we go. Confirmation then. Dive Bomb in first, Visceral second, 255 in third. It was then LFM, Oplight, and LFM fourth, fifth, and sixth. Wild Things in seventh, with Dynamic Motorsports by Kyalami in eighth. Alpha and Sim RC Endurance by Barmenia rounding out the top 10. Live for Race finished in 11th, and I believe that was LFM Content Creator. Samir Foch that finished in 8th. Let me just grab. There we go. Apologies. Yes, so. Yes, LFM Content Creator in 12th. West Competition finishing in 13th place. Live for Race in 14th. La Vega Missile in 15th. And ACC Acute in 16th position. Finishing in 17th, it was Shepherd Endurance in the Ferrari. Fisher Racing coming home in 18th place ahead of Reptile Racing and Break Bunny. La Vega My Missile finishing in they did finish. Sim RC Pro-Am by Barmenia and Bouncing VDS not finishing for the GT3s. In the GT4s, there we go, confirmation. Cryonics taking the top spot with Carleton second. Orca Pose in third. Dynamic MS Youngsters finishing in fourth place. They did take the fastest lap as well with a 1 minute 49.122. Apex Predators in fifth with Buckholtz in sixth. Yeats in 7th. Apex Predators again featuring in the top 10, this time in 8th with La Vega My Missile, another top 10 entry in 9th. Lynx Racing Spain team in 10th, Desmo in 11th, and Taunus finishing in 12th place. GNG Racing finished in 13th with Zakat Trip down in 14th place. Another Apex Predators car in the top 15 ahead of GG Racing. Another one of their cars, this one 16th place. Khaled finished with their Mercedes in 17th, Slow Motion Racing in 18th, and Akibua in 19th position. BS Corsa finished in 20th place with Magenta and the bottom 1%ers, 21st and 22nd place respectively. What does that do to the series standings, I hear you say? And they haven't quite been updated as yet. But safe to say, West Competition Racing and Dynamic MS Youngsters both still leading the way in their respective championships. Another incredible race for round number 8. Thank you for the follow, Gavin, F144. Welcome in. We've just come to the end. As I say, round number 8. That's Kyalami joining Watkins Glen, Barcelona, Imola, Silverstone, Donington Park, Spa, and Monza in the rear view mirror. The drivers now firmly focused on the Red Bull Ring. That will be in 7 days' time. Same place, same time. So do make sure you join us for that. That is all we have got time for this evening, though. Thank you very much to everyone that has said hello in the chat, all the follows that we've had this evening as well. Hugely appreciated. Make sure you get on to the LFM website and get yourself involved in the racing. Also, jump over to ACC Drive, get yourself signed up to the series sponsor. Some incredible data to be had for analysing your laps and helping you go faster. Will it make you as fast as some of the drivers that we've seen today? If it does, get signed up and joined in. And of course, thank you to the drivers and the teams that took part today. Without them, there would be no entertainment for us on a Sunday night. But as I say, that's all we've got time for this evening. We'll be back next week, same time, same place for the Red Bull Ring. Until then, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.